We applied for the security programmer position at the RE. The hat! We're undercover, guys. Let's go. Shiba Inus look at me, singling me out. Shadows of red and black and sesame mill around. Despite the shades of fur color melting into blurs around me, I sense their cold glares glowing, following me, their canines bared with their snarls. Hold on, I want to make sure you can hear. You can hear the music, right? I gulp and look ahead. I have to keep my eyes focused, even as I feel moisture welling up and cradling the bottom of my eyes. Don't let it spill, don't let it spill. I force myself to keep my eyes open and hold my head up, looking forward. I must go forward, because she'll be there somewhere in this crowd. The kind and smiling Shiba Inu with red fur and a gray sweater. In a world where I feel like a bacteria being expelled, she alone smiled at me. That warm feeling, I get the sense that she really wants me to be here. Look at that cutie! Day 1. We are gonna put our lives on the line for these dogs, right? We're all in agreement there. The alarm clock blares again for the 5th time, piercing through my skull. Even with my eyes closed, it's as if I could see the sounds attacking me like small needles. That is me when I hear my alarm. It is an attack. But it's effective. I'm fully awake now, even though the blankets around me are so warm that I don't want to escape the gravity field of the bed. Alas, all good things must come to an end. I force my eyelids open, and light floods into my vision. I stretch out my paw and drop it with a thud on the button on top of the alarm to shut it off. With a groan, I disentangle my limbs from the blankets before rolling out of bed so that the blanket won't follow me off the bed. I learned that the hard way. I make my way over to the kitchen, casting a radio station to the apartment speaker system with a swipe of my wrist phone. The apartment fills up with sound, but it doesn't make up for the loneliness from the dream. Moving the grinder on the counter closer to me, I pour some coffee beans into it, which makes a delightful clinking sound. The grinder whirs loudly after I press the button, and after I open the lid again, I can smell the strong scent of freshly ground coffee. I scoop the resulting powder into my mocha pot and set it on the stove to boil. While I wait, I open the overhead cupboard that creaks a little and I grab a granola bar from a stack. I just can't get over this shirt. This is so cute. Obviously gonna die for these puppies. I'm glad we're on the same page. He kind of looks like Stitch. I love him. It's the smile. What should I do today? I'm between contracts right now, so I guess I could take the day off and do nothing again. That sounds good. The song playing on the radio ends. The station's news zinger plays before a newscaster starts to speak with an energetic voice. We've just received confirmation this morning that Mo Yi, former head of research and development, was arrested last night. This arrest follows a scandal involving several ARI officials partaking in the illegal selling of new technology to tech companies. The mocha pot gurgles and emits steam from the top, signaling that the water is boiling and the coffee is almost ready. On the radio, the newscaster continues to talk about the arrest and the scandal, and I can't help but shake my head. I was hoping the rumors that I saw floating around on the internet weren't true, but it looks like they were. It sucks though. Mo Yu was one of the only officials I actually liked. One that I thought actually cared about all the dogs on the island, not just the high-ranking ones. Mo Yi is the latest official to be arrested in relation to the scandal, and the Shiba Island police chief has hinted that there are warrants out for the arrest of several others. I love that there's a whole Shiba Island. It's not just our one puppy. There's a whole island of them. I swipe my paw over the wrist phone and the speakers go silent. Hearing about the trouble in the ARI isn't really how I want to start my day. I absentmindedly poured the coffee out into a mug. Even though it's the favorite part of my morning routine, there's a weight on my heart I can't shake off. Look at his desk! He's got all the monitors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 monitors? A real gamer bro. The glasses. So cute. Now I want a wrist phone. That'd be so fun. Him's a smart boy, definitely. Back at my desk, I turn on the computer for some browsing. From beside the keyboard, I grab the takeout cartons that once contained noodles and teriyaki chicken and move them to the other part of my desk. Ugh, this place is a mess. I need to clean it up. Eventually. Not now. The computer boots up immediately and the multiple monitors blink to life at the same time. Right, time to be responsible, check my emails, and look for work. I haven't held a full-time job for a while, instead preferring to work some one-off contracts just to pay the bills. Income is less predictable on contracts, but I'd rather just be a fleeting interaction, an anonymous face. It is the time of year where I need to make sure I can continue to afford rent and food, though. Hopefully the last few postings I responded to have looked at my application. I pulled up my email app, encrypted and secured to prevent other hackers from messing with me. There are a few emails that came in since last night. Beagle Netta 3 on sale. Oh my gosh! Grab your copy at 30% off! I already played that game when it came out, but tried to wipe it from memory. 1 and 2 were so great. Dog's Flow limitation SDK compiler creates bigger YML exceeding memory limits quickly? I stopped using Dog's Flow a while ago, but am still subscribed to the threads. I should clean up my notifications. After going through the list of emails, I see that I have one more that was unread. Contract job opportunity. Contact for more information. The email includes a contact name, Liu Zhu, and a number to reach them. I look around my desk, picking up paper and other garbage, searching for one of my burner phones. Could have sworn I had at least one around here somewhere. I feel my foot kick something hard and I look down to see one of my phones on the floor. Ah, there we are. Oh, burner phones. Every time I call IT, I'm gonna envision this guy yapping on the other end of the line. That would just make life way more fun. This is how your email finds me. I pick up the brick of a phone off the floor and blow on its case. In case there's dust. I then turn it on, seeing that it still has power. Older phones are better for my line of work, in my opinion. These new wrist phones get hacked easily and collect so much user information. Old phones are so much more reliable. And if I drop them, they typically don't smash to pieces. Yeah, those phones were durable. Gamer dog, love it. Yes, please clean up your notifications. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, right, calling Liu Zhu. I dial the number in the email. It rings twice before someone answers it. Is this Quill? I'm glad you reached out on such short notice. Yes, I'm interested in learning more about the job in the email. If it's a scam, then I'll hang up. I hope it's not a scam. Let me begin. I'm sure you've heard about Mo Yi. Who hasn't? His arrest is all over the news. Oh, sorry. I'm working to have his name cleared. Sus. The suspicious face. That's interesting. It's a big case and with some public scrutiny already. I wonder what this job is going to be and why they'd need me. It already sounds like something I need to charge more for, but I'll hear this dog out to estimate the risk of taking the job. Go on. The problem right now is proof. As of right now, all evidence submitted to the court is against Mo Yi. However, a reliable source told me that there is information and proof that would clear his name, evidence that he was a whistleblower about this scandal. This information would prove that he was not involved and is being forced to take the fall. Many Shibas admire Mo Yi's efforts and advocacy for lower-ranking dogs on the island. It's not shocking that some dogs in the higher ranks are threatened by this. You're probably wondering what part you'll play here, Quill. My source tells me that the ARI have stored this information on one of their most private, secured networks called the Blink Network. I know that you have the ability to infiltrate networks and access the most secure of information. Wait, the ARI? Of course they're involved. Why am I not surprised? Hacking into one of their networks is already tough, but now I have to gain access to one that's super secure? And do all of that without getting caught? That's a huge risk. I'm not sure I want to sniff around in their business. Not to mention, I'm not even sure it's doable to begin with. Hello? Are you still there? Oops, forgot I was on the phone for a second. Just running with our inner monologue. The dogs are ranked? Apparently. And we're not, of the high rank. I don't know who would be. I see. Yikes, didn't mean to say that out loud. Sorry, I was thinking, are you sure there's no other way to obtain the information you're looking for? As far as I know, no. I know about your skills, Quill. This should be a walk in the park for you. Unfortunately, the ARI does make it a problem. They keep their secrets locked tight. I'm sure you'll be up for the challenge. It could give you a chance to show off your skills, right? That's the thing. Even if I were up for the challenge, there's a chance it won't be possible. They have large teams dedicated to plugging any holes in their systems and making sure not just anyone can get in. Even getting in is just the beginning. I'd have to exfiltrate the data undetected, and I have no idea how long that would take. I hear Liu Zhu sigh at the other end of the line. If this is about money, I assure you that you'll be properly compensated. I'm prepared to pay well above your fees to have this work done. The promise of high pay sounds good, I'll give them that. If what they say is true, my rent could be covered for a long time. But still, I don't think this dog fully grasps where I'm coming from. The ARI isn't a complication that money can get rid of. Liu Zhu, money is not a problem, it's... I hear them sigh again. They're clearly getting frustrated with me. What if we can't do it? Don't you believe in fighting for a better future, for the greater good? Won't you at least try instead of surrendering? If you and Mo Yi switched places, wouldn't you want him to do whatever he can? Mo Yi wants to fight for the greater good, a future where the ranking system doesn't rule us and all dogs can live freely and peacefully. Don't you want that? Yes, of course I do. That's what I like about Mo Yi. He says he wants a fair society and actually means it. It will be a waste for him just to be in prison for who knows how long. I have seen the worst that Shiba Island has to offer to dogs unlucky enough to be low-ranked. Mo Yi truly strive to help turn their fortune around. I've tried every alternative. Please, there's no one else I can turn to. Darn it. I sigh knowing I'm going against my better judgment. Alright, I'll take the job. I can barely hear it, but I hear Liu Zhu giggles. Thank you. I'm glad you will. See, I wasn't suspicious until the giggle. I don't know. The sudden change in tone instantly sets off alarms in my head. Wait, what? Tell me right now, who are you? Recognize me now, Quill? Beiju? Who is that? I'm flattered that you remember me, Lily. Mom, come pick me up, I'm scared. Wait! I can only stare into thin air, my mouth open. Beiju is an acquaintance of mine that I've known for a while. We were closer in the past, but at least we still stay in touch and talk once every few years. I'm not surprised that Beiju would be one to be involved with something as far-fetched as a political case, but why would she try to contact me this way? Why did you pretend to be someone else? I know you're good at that, but why didn't you just say it's you? I didn't want to lie to you, my dear Lily. Now that you agreed to the case, there's no point in me hiding anything. It's a more difficult case than usual, so I wanted to make sure that you took it of your own free will instead of your love for your old friend Beiju. I suppose. Ex-situationship. Did you play the first game in the series, Summer with the Shiba Inu? I have not played Summer, but I was told this is a completely separate story, so we don't need to play them in order. But this is, I'm already sold on this. I might need to get Summer with the Shiba Inu now. I suppose. But you didn't need to do that. Why not? It was funny. Or are you just embarrassed that you couldn't tell who I was? No way. Why are you doing this anyway? How much money are you being offered to get tangled up in something like this? As much as, or as little as you imagine, my little Lily. She's totally in it for the money. There's no way she's in it for the greater good she's selling me on. Speaking of which, my payment schedule is half upfront, half to be delivered upon completion of the job. At least business is still business. I'll send you an email with instructions on how to deposit the money. Sounds good. Straight to business, huh? You'll get the upfront payment right after this call. One more thing, you still remember where I live, right? Come by ASAP so I can get you started. Ooh, we're going over to the situationship's house? Beiju hangs up before I can say anything. Thankfully, I do remember where she lives. She must have simply assumed that I did. What have I gotten myself into? On one paw, Beiju was right. I agreed to the job. On the other paw, it was a slight relief that I'd be working with a dog I've worked with before. That smile. At least rent this month won't be a problem. And I can get more takeout. I start to salivate as I think about all the fried chicken, ramen, and other food I can order now. Get you that DoorDash. Okay, but first I need to figure out how to get to Beiju's place. As I swipe my wrist phone interface, my mind can't help but go back to the job. How am I ever gonna hack into the Blink network? I've accessed some of the ARI's less secure networks before on a reconnaissance mission. Maybe I could jump from one system to another until I get to my destination. Sorry, my mouth is so dry today. A few years ago. I have several terminal windows open, each with entries to the networks I've hacked before. Good thing I always leave a back door. The hollow radio continues to play some instrumental rock, and my coffee helps me focus as I try to access new ARI networks I haven't hacked before. I started by scanning for any insecure server for me to get a foothold on, and I managed to find one. Using that, I try to hop over to other internal servers. I'm able to gain access to new internal networks by lateral jumps. I only spend the minimum amount of time skimming the files to see if I've landed on a server with valuable data before jumping again. As time goes on and my coffee finishes, I find myself hitting encryptions and firewalls that I can't bypass more and more often. Each security measure becomes harder and harder to crack as I continue to rummage through their networks trying to find the one I want. Eventually, I get to a point where I'm unable to break through and I'm forced to look somewhere else to gain access. Several hours later. It's nighttime when I finally decide to give up. Every lateral move I make and every backdoor I've tried has just led me to dead ends. Obviously, this Blink network is too secure for me to access from the outside. My next option would be to break and enter into the, I'm gonna call it ARI. ARI is too much to say. We're gonna go Ariana Grande headquarters. Into the ARI headquarters and hack directly into the network from their office. I'm not sure how well sneaking into the building would work for me though. I'm not exactly good at blending in with the Shibas. Just got off the phone with my lawyer. What have I missed so far? We're a dog. We've been given a job to hack into a very secure network. Yeah. Ari. That's what you missed. We just started. We yapped for like an hour before, you know. Well, that was the end of that mission. It was only reconnaissance, and I wrote up that report and was paid. But that was years ago, so maybe Beiju has her paws on new information. We're hacking Ariana Grande, and that's what you missed on Glee. I'm on the Mastiff Rapid Transit, also known as the MRT, on the way to Beiju's place. What should I think about? Think about Beiju. I need to know more about this. Because it seems like they're more than good friends, you know? It's been a while since I've seen Beiju. My last few contracts kept me busy, really busy, and after that I was just too lazy to leave my apartment unless necessary. I met Beiju ages ago during one of the arenas. What should I... the arenas? Arenas? All the dogs on Shiba Island have to go through virtual arenas called the arenas to determine their rankings. Oh. That's how they get ranked. I don't remember anything that happened there, but apparently at some point Beiju and I met and worked together to place well in the brackets. And we kept in touch occasionally over every few years. I couldn't have quite imagined how things would turn out, but now she's a massive internet celebrity. I'm curious how that's going recently, since I haven't been following her updates closely. Oh, what's your tummy? Oops, guess I'm hungry. Since I had to leave my place on short notice, I bought some sushi takeout on the way. It would feel weird to not offer some to Beiju, so I got an order for her as well. Oh, so thoughtful. Well, glad... Was that a hug? Glad it's not dog racism. Yeah, they have to just compete in arenas. Hungy baby. Was that a hug? I don't know what that was. They just kind of like ran into each other. Beiju rings me in and welcomes me into her apartment with a big hug. It was a hug. She always gives the best hugs. Reconnecting with our ex-situationship. Yay, I'm so happy you're here. Me too, it's been so long. She leads me into her apartment, which is furnished exclusively in pink with an assortment of neon and kitschy decorations. While she's always been a fan of pink and interior decorating, a lot of this is done so her internet videos have an appealing background. Beiju's always talks about needing to look like you have your life together if you want to be taken seriously as an influencer. Which is why I will never become an influencer. No one else needs to know how messy my place is. I suppose I can just filter out my background or use a virtual background, but even if I could, I don't want to. Beiju lays out on some cushions for us to sit on. I plop down on one and we dig into the food I brought. The chopsticks. I'm so happy we brought her some sushi. Maybe Nuzzles are sniffing. Funny though. We're just like running into each other. Next time my husband wants a hug, I'm just gonna slowly walk into him. Report back what his reaction is. I need to know. At least they're not sniffing butts. Are you succeeding as an influencer? Is your life together? Well, clearly you guys think this background is a green screen, so you tell me. I haven't had sushi in forever. How did you know this is what I needed? You really are my knight in shining armor. You didn't hack me, did you? She laughs when I give her a weird look. Why would I do that? I already know you like sushi, but I didn't know you hadn't had it in a while. Beiju keeps laughing. I was just joking, Lily. Oh. Don't be sad. Seriously, thanks for bringing the food. No problem. There's a history here. I can feel the tension. Before we talk about why you're here, how have you been? Any interesting contracts lately? Not really. My most recent jobs were mostly run-of-the-mill contract jobs. Oh, I did some pen testing job for a nonprofit recently for a discount. That was a good job. Nice. What about you? Got your followers to uncover any weird conspiracies yet? Beiju laughs. Nope, but who knows what'll happen tomorrow. Right now, I'm just editing an eyeshadow palette review. It's pretty much done, so you arrived at a good time. What's your opinion on it? It's pretty bad, actually. I'm glad, though, because my followers love it when I roast products. Bijou laughs again, and this time I join in. Much as I love talking about me, I'm sure you have some burning questions. Hacking the Ari to gain access to the Blink network to prove the innocence of Mo Yi, your new job. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Anyone still stuck at the office nearly falling asleep at their desk? I'm about to die, get me out of here. I would so grab you so fast and get you out of there if I could. I wait for her to elaborate, but she just stares at me with a smile. I understand that part of the mission, but what did you want me to come to your apartment for? The music is scandalous. Like, this feels kind of saucy, but I think it's just detective vibes. Or is it? Still have 2 hours? You're almost there. That's most of your day done. Well, the job is a bit more complicated than usual. And maybe not just a little more complicated, it's really, really complicated. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you, the network that contains the information we need is probably one of the most secure ones the Ari has. I do know that, so what am I here for? Surely you want to tell me about some secret back door. Or credentials or something that your source found. Well, my source did find something. Thank goodness. They notified me of an internal Ari job posting for a mid-level security programmer. Then I figured you could apply for the job and hack Blink from within. Never mind. No way that's gonna work. I stand up, still holding the sushi box. You said this was just a hacking job, not an undercover infiltration job. I never said that, my dear Lily. Oh my. An inside job. I have like 20 to 30 that I can escape a little early, but then it's a 45 minutes on the train. Ugh. Sorry, I think I skipped that line. Beiju doesn't even bat an eye, even though I'm towering over her. You agreed with the goal of the job, didn't you? Ugh. And you already accepted my upfront payment. I did. I sit back down slowly. But don't worry, my dearest Lily, for the job posting, I've got you covered. I'll create a fake persona for you, someone who works at the Ari, maybe some entry-level position that wouldn't have a lot of interaction with other employees. My plan is for you to assume the new identity, get the job, and go from there. I stare at her slack-jawed. What if I'm not able to get the job? You know how I gesture at myself. You know how much I stand out for all the wrong reasons? Then I'll still be stuck at square one. Beiju tilts her head as if pondering how to respond. We don't have a lot of options, so we might as well try. Look, I know you don't remember much of your past, but I know that you know that for fake personas. Huh? I know I'm illiterate, but hold on. But I know that you know that for fake personas, I'm the best. I'll make sure that no one doubts that she really worked in the Ari. I hope she's right. It's true that she's the only dog I know who's a master of disguise and manipulation. Okay, I guess. Maybe we can pull this off. Really? You mean it? I nod slowly. I'll try it, even though it sounds ridiculous to me. How can it be explained that a Labrador like me is working in the Ari, the regulatory body of Shiba Island, which, as the name suggests, is mostly populated by Shiba Inus? Beiju smiles, but suddenly her face is more serious than I've ever seen it before. It'll be hard, don't get me wrong, especially since you're not a Shiba Inu. But don't worry, I've thought about that. I've done my best, and as long as you do too, I'm sure it'll work. Well, fine, you've got yourself a deal. Now you're free for the whole day. I can stay all afternoon and evening. Will that be enough time, or do you need a few days? Beiju laughs and waves her paw. Please, you're talking to an expert here. Today should be enough time. Let's get to work. So how many years of experience do you have? Years of experience. 5. Alrighty, noted. Don't stress the questions, though. No matter what, I'll make sure your final profile tells a compelling story. I know you went to university. What school did you graduate from? The University of Toronto. I've never heard of that school. I just made that up. Don't know where I heard that name. I went to the University of Taipa. It's a good school. You must have worked hard. And so the afternoon went on. Day 2. Who's this snazzy fella? His face is literally... The smile gets me every time. I got 2.5 hours left, and at least I have stream and still have 15-minute break. Great. Then I get to go home and run and work out and clean. Adulthood. Isn't it the best? After Beiju and I spent hours creating a new persona for me, we applied for the security programmer position at the ARI. The hat! I thought he couldn't get cuter. The persona is named Tai Lo. She's a skilled security programmer in a high-ranked lab who approves of the ARI and the ranking system. Not the hat. We're undercover, guys. In essence, she's pretty much like me, but she likes the ARI. Who is this? Now that my application was submitted, all I could really do was wait and see if I get a callback. I used a number of one of my disposable phones on the application, and I've been keeping it on me ever since, just in case. Hope I get the job. This face. Ugh, this is the part of job hunting I hate. I have to put so much into hoping I get selected. And right now, I'm fake job hunting. Why is it just as stressful as real job hunting? I look at the food truck station in front of my apartment building. I can already smell the sweet potato fries and grilled seafood they serve. Instead of focusing on the job hunt, I should focus on things like breakfast. Same. It's Bugs. Oh, Bugs has very similar ears, you know? Cutie. The dogs don't wear pants, but is going undercover as a fake persona dog. Yeah, the hat was the disguise. We don't need pants. I relate to this doggy so hard. Everything is stressful as an adult. A line has already formed. I quickly go to the back of the line before it gets any longer. It's not surprising there's a lot of dogs around. The food here is great. While waiting, I hear a buzzing sound and I feel a vibration in my coat jacket. What could that be? I feel my pockets, then realize with an infernal facepaw that it's the burner phone I used for the job application. Oops, guess I'm not used to dogs calling me on my old phones. I answer the phone, holding it to my ear. Hello, am I speaking with Tylo? It takes me another second to confirm mentally that Tylo is the name of the persona I created with Peishu. Yes, I'm Tylo. Excellent. My name is Zhula. I recently came across your application for the position of mid-level security programmer. You say you've been working with us for 6 months in customer support? Yes. Beiju and I chose that position to impersonate, but because I know they have a lot of dogs in customer support, receiving calls and directing callers to the right departments. There's plenty of dogs with many of them on short-term contracts. It's unlikely that leadership removed from the operations would remember the names of all the contractors, which is what Beiju and I are relying on, even though I'm a Labrador Retriever amongst Shiba Inus. Just gotta hope they buy the lie. Now, why do you think you'd be able to make the jump from customer support to programming? I have a degree in computer science focusing on security. While doing customer support, I've also been staying up to date on cybersecurity techniques. That part isn't a lie. Yes, I saw that on your application. Well, we're impressed by what you have to offer, and we'd like to interview you. That was easy. Thank you. Do you have any other questions for me? I do. That's why I offered to interview you so we can get to know you better. Oh, right. Got it. Great then, that means they bought it. How does this afternoon at 3 p.m. sound? That's quite short notice. Doesn't this dog have something more important to do? But this is important to my mission. I can make time for it. That time works for me. Good, we're looking forward to chatting with you soon. Me too. Strategy. As soon as I hear the phone line disconnect, I put the burner phone back in my pocket and then call up Beiju on my wrist phone. Hi Lily, what's up? Guess who has an interview at the Ari? Yes, I knew the persona would work. When's your interview? It's this afternoon. I'm pretty nervous. What if the whole thing falls apart when I get there? That won't happen. A lot of Tylo's persona is based on your actual abilities. I know, I've just never done undercover stuff like this before, and I'm worried I'll screw it up. Hiding behind a screen is so much easier. There's a reason why I prefer to do my hacking work behind the scenes and not be someone who relies on a lot of social skills like Beiju. You've got this, and if you need some support, I'll wear the earpiece I gave you. Or just wear the earpiece I gave you. Wow, we're like proper spies. My gosh. MLMs, how are ya? Just left work, going to get soup. I'm going to get into my comfiest PJs and play the new Dreamlight Valley update until I fall asleep at the PC. The perfect plan. That sounds amazing. Beiju gave me a discreet earpiece yesterday so she could be with me if I get the job. Thanks to the way Labrador Retriever's ears fold, the earpiece is completely hidden in a way that a Shiba Inu couldn't pull off. So smart. I'm grateful that I can have her with me. She'll be able to keep me in check if I start screwing up my persona. Thank you, Beiju. I really appreciate the help. Of course, anything for my favorite lab. I'm the only lab you know. So, it's still true. I love when I don't have to work in the morning and can feel like a kid again, staying up late to play games. Truly the best. The best feeling is like when you have nothing to do the next day, or when you wake up early and have nothing, like your body just wakes up and you have nothing to do and then you can just play in the morning. It's the best. After purchasing my food, I quickly eat it at home and then freshen up for the interview. Ugh, the hat is still getting me. I hop on to the MRT to transit to the RE HQ for my interview with Jula. Think about the interview. I'm really nervous about everything. The interview and being at the RE under false pretenses. She's very high up in the RE, which scares me a little. I wonder what type of questions she'll ask in the interview. The day is yours and full of possibilities, and it's the best. Truly. Panic Grass, how are you? I just now came in midstream and I have no questions. I accept what is happening. I think that's kind of the vibe of the game. We're rolling with it. We're a cute puppy with glasses and a hat. We've got a whole undercover persona. I'm sold. I feel like I'm going to get caught any second now. No, I need to stop thinking like that or else I will actually get caught. I'm pretty sure they're watching me. Who's watching you? Oh! I jump as a silver-coated Shiba Inu enters the room. Sassy. Her cold, judgmental look makes me feel very small. But she's so tiny next to you. So, who were you talking about? No one. I was just talking to myself. Oops, I need to stop speaking out loud when I don't mean to. Maybe I should stop thinking just in case. Just stop all the thought process. Stop thinking out loud, Lily. I can't tell from the look of her face if she's annoyed with me or not. I hope she isn't. I don't want to make a bad first impression. Indeed, it didn't seem like you were expecting a response from someone. In any case, what are you here for? Ah, right, I'm here for an interview? Her expression doesn't change. You must be Tylo. My name is Jula. We spoke over the phone yesterday. Oops, way to make a great first impression with your future boss, Quill. Yes, I am Tylo. Nice to meet you. That is my name. I am here. Jula tilts her head and without another word walks off. I take that as a signal for me to follow her. I quietly follow her. After a long elevator ride, we enter a room past heavy dark doors. Oh. This is spooky. As I take a seat, I hear the hidden earpiece buzz to life. God, what a dork. Precious and wonderful. Just so cute. Good luck, Tylo. Stop being so nervous, you'll do fine. Remember, Tylo is an ambitious Ari supporter, so don't act hostile. You love the Ari so much. Your degree and transcripts are very impressive. I'm surprised it's taken you this long to work in the field. I laugh nervously. Thanks. At least the fake degree and transcripts worked. We only modified the grades slightly on Beiju's recommendation. It would be slightly different, so it's hard to look up to confirm, but close enough to my abilities that it wouldn't be suspicious. Why do you want to make the jump from customer support to security? She lifts an eyebrow as if testing me. Do you not like your current role? Just remember to say something like you want to move up in the organization like we practiced yesterday. The Ari loves ambition. I joined customer support because I couldn't find work in my field at the time, and the Ari was able to give me a good and steady job. I knew that we hired programmers frequently. I used my time to get to know the Ari better so I'd be prepared for when an opportunity eventually popped up. And I saw the opportunity to move internally in this position, that's why I applied. Excellent. I'm glad you decided to grow within our organization. The Ari appreciates employees with a hunger to improve themselves. According to your application, you ranked at 92 out of 100 for your participation in the arenas. What do you think of your rank? Something you're proud of it. I worked really hard for that rank. I'm proud of it. I hate talking about rank, but of course they find it important here in the Ari. The Ari, the Allocated Reality Institute, invented the whole system of determining the rank of every dog on the island. A dog's ranking determines how good they are. It could be said that the ranking based on these arenas maintains the social order. I mean, this is the goodest. The goodest pup. The dog painting is so funny. It's a wonderful room, like the Beauty and the Beast library room. Oh, I could see that. It needs more windows and lighting, but yes, it is a nice library. It's just very dark, and this scowl is intimidating. When Beiju was helping me create Tylo, we decided to make her ranked below the real me so that it wouldn't be intimidating, but still high enough to be impressive. A new face, a Labrador nonetheless, with a rank of 97 out of 100, which is nearly impossible to achieve for most dogs, would bring me more attention than I'd like. In the technical departments, it's important to have a high rank, but the requirements aren't as high as the policy departments. From Beiju's intel in the technical departments, an average of 87 to 94 was the norm. We settled on 92 for this reason. I'm definitely curious what Beiju's sources were, but what's important is that she knows a lot about the Ari, and it seems to be working so far. I really need to stop thinking so much, or else I'll say something out loud by accident. Again. Now, what are your opinions of the ranking system we created for Shiba Island? I'm assuming you have positive feelings about it since you work here, but I'm curious to know what you have to say about the system. Uh-oh. Oh no. All you have to do is say you agree with it. Tylo approves of the ranking system. Tylo does, but I hate it. It's just a way to bully dogs who were just unlucky. It's unfair and punishing, not to mention dogs of ranks like mine abuse their privileges all of the time just because they can. Would lying and saying I agree with it even benefit me in the long run? Is it what Jula would want to hear? And it's what Jula would want to hear, and it's definitely something Tylo would say, but still. Quayle, you have to answer her. Stop thinking. What do I do? Lie? You love the ranking system. Tell the truth? You hate the ranking system. I don't think that's gonna get us the job, though. I love that Nina's calling it Ari instead of ARI. ARI was getting too long to say. Hate it? We should be truthful. I hate it. I hate it, actually. If Jula's mad about that answer, she's not showing it. Which makes me even more nervous. Why do you hate it? I don't think it's fair that one single thing determines the outlook of your entire life. It erases any chances of a dog might have in the future, especially if they're ranked lower. All accomplishments they have after the arenas won't matter. It makes no sense. I see, you feel very strongly about it. Not many high-ranking dogs are as vocal as you. Maybe we should be. For a moment, I swear I see her smile. That's outrageous, said the higher-ranked dog. I can't tell if she's laughing at me or if she secretly agrees with me. Me at credit. Or maybe she thinks I'm stupid. I see. It's lovely that you feel comfortable enough with the Ari to express your true feelings about the system we've created. Don't worry, your honesty won't affect your position here at the Ari. I breathe out a sigh of relief. That was close. At least I didn't totally screw up. Phew, it's good that she said it won't affect your interview, but don't ruin Tylo's persona. Or else they might realize something's wrong. You're quite a thoughtful dog, Tylo. You'll fit well into our workplace. I think congratulations are in order. I'm extending you an offer to join our team as a security programmer. That was so fast. Yes, I knew you could get past the interview. That was easy. Maybe a little too easy? It's like I was already accepted before I came in. I guess that's how the full-time job market really works. It's fine, I've just gotta be really careful, that's all. What do you say, Tylo? I accept. Excellent, can you start tomorrow? Tomorrow? That's short notice yet again. The last Shiba left in a hurry, so we're looking for a quick replacement. Left in a hurry? Hope there was nothing wrong. I know things are going fast, but we can deal with any risks later. Just say yes. Of course I can start tomorrow. Excellent. We'll have someone waiting for you on the 15th floor at 9 a.m. sharp tomorrow. One of our engineers, Yin Ba, will help you settle in. Good luck and welcome to the team. Well, day 3. Think I'm sleepy. Good night, day, everyone. Awesome, Dan. Get some good rest. We'll see you soon. The next day. After exiting the transit, I walk up in front of the tall buildings. The building faces north, so the morning shadows loom over me as I go. In the wide lobby, the security desk seems small. I make my way towards it, which feels like forever. I'm starting here today. It's my first day. Ah, the lab. Go to the 15th floor. You don't need a key card there. I nod and turn in the opposite direction towards the elevator area. There are 6 elevators, so thankfully the wait isn't long. As the security dog said, I was able to press the button to floor 15 successfully even though I don't have an access card on paw. I'm pretty nervous about starting the job. Hopefully I can keep up Tylo's persona in front of my new coworkers. My interview yesterday went well enough, so I guess that counts as practice as Tylo. In my ear, I hear Beiju buzzing in the earpiece. What is it? I was thinking. The dog is going to help you on board, Yinba. She sounds familiar to me for some reason. Familiar to you in a good way or a bad way? I'm 90% sure it's not in a bad way. That's not helping. Relax, I'm sure it's nothing. No. The elevator dings and the doors open. As I step out into the 15th floor, I see a small Shiba wave me down. The pen in the pocket. We don't respect the guard enough to look them in the eye, apparently. I feel like none of them have made eye contact yet. Trying to compose an email with a string in your ear is a fun little challenge. Happy to be of service. Hello, you must be Tylo, the newest member of our team. My name is Yinba, and I'll be helping you today. What a cutie. Hi there, Yinba. It's good to meet you. She reaches out to shake my paw, and I notice a bejeweled pink bracelet that looks familiar. Is that bracelet from Beiju's new jewelry line? Yinba gasps and hops in place. She looks at me with stars in her eyes. You've heard of Beiju? She's so amazing. I watch all of her videos and I love her fashion so much. I didn't think I'd meet another fan here. Wow, and I never thought I'd meet a diehard Bebe. Her fans are called Bebes. Then again, I don't go out much. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. I like her videos. I look at Yinba and see she's staring off into the distance with sparkles in her eyes. Probably thinking about Beiju's live streams or videos. It's amazing how mentioning Beiju distracts Yinba this much. I clear my throat loudly and Yinba shakes her head like she's coming out of a daze. I hold my jaw stiff, trying not to grin too much. Right, let's walk around. I can show you around the floor. She looks at me sheepishly. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, Moira. Baby. As I begin walking, I hear my earpiece crackle. Say less, we're all Bebes here. Now I know who Yinba is. She's one of my diehard fans. If the Bebes had influential members within their own circle, she'd definitely be one of them. I figured that out on my own. I'm not the only influencer she follows religiously. She adores a lot of high-ranking content creators and follows our every word. She's lower ranked than you, so if you need to, you can use your rank rights to get her to help you finish the job. Just be careful, she seems like the loyal type, so she might snitch to the Ari. Love that we have fandom names. So cute. And before you get all uptight with me, you're Tylo now, not Quay Lee. Tylo would definitely use rank rights. She is a total Ari believer after all. I really don't want to use rank rights with anyone, and Yinba seems really nice. I wouldn't want to hurt her feelings by bullying her into something she doesn't want to do. Tylo might do something like this, but I'm the one who has to deal with the guilt afterwards. I don't know how Beiju does this every day for her job. Putting on a public-facing persona every day is so exhausting. Are you okay, Tylo? I snap back to the present. I didn't realize I totally stopped paying attention. I'm fine. Are you sure? You seemed kinda sad. Oops. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm fine. I just got distracted and started daydreaming, that's all. I get that. Happens to me all the time. It's fine so long as you don't daydream too much at work. She's so cute. I don't want to bully her. We walk through a long corridor that seems to span the width of the building. The floor is a hosting area that's not limited to Ari staff only, so your desk won't be here. But I'll show you around anyway, since some of the meeting rooms with external staff are held here. Yinba cute as hell. After touring the floor, we go up to the 18th floor. Our desks are in that area. Ooh, fancy. Yinba points to a cluster of desks in the corner. Seems like a good location, no one can sneak up on me. That makes life easier. We'll come back here at the end after the tour, so no point going there right now. Let's continue. Together we walk past a bunch of cubicles, many of which have dogs working in them. They're completely focused on their work and don't even look as we pass by. It's also really quiet in the office. I'm not used to that. Hey, can I listen to music while I work? No, sorry. We're expected to be attentive to our surroundings in case a superior needs us for an emergency. Got it. That's unfortunate. It's gonna be so hard to focus on work without music. Though, it's not like I have to impress the bosses or anything. I'm not even an actual employee. That reminds me of the line from the game Pottle? You're not smart, you're not a scientist, you're not a doctor, you're not even a full-time employee. Where did your life go so wrong? Though I am full-time, just not for a long time. A while later. tangent. The other day at work, I had to carry a package down to the FedEx office and they refused to take it. I called my boss and he told me to go in and ask for a number for him to call so he could talk to a manager. I felt very, my father will hear about this. I need the number of your manager so my dad can call it. I was like, please don't make me demand a number for the minimum wage workers while threatening that my boss is gonna call. Is portal? I think it's supposed to be portal. So funny. Alright, so further down the hall there are some washrooms. Here is where the kitchenette is on this floor. This is where most dogs eat their lunch. It's got an oven and a dishwasher. Oh, neat. Yeah, they upgraded everything just last month, so lucky for you, you get to enjoy the latest and greatest. To be honest though, I prefer eating my lunch at the place downstairs. Huh? What place? Yinba looks at me in surprise. It's the grill on the ground floor. You haven't been there? Nope. Come on, I'll show you during lunch break. The place has such good food. It's just gonna take us out for lunch. I can't involve her in our schemes. I can't do it. Actually, speaking of, it's almost noon. Wow, time flies. The tour didn't feel that long. The building is pretty massive though, so it makes sense that we spend so much time walking back and forth. Yinba gives me a white access card. You'll be needing this, by the way. It's the access card to our floor. Jula told me you were already an employee here, but since our floor has more confidential information, it's on a different security system. Your old one will be totally useless. Good on the Ari for keeping things secure. Luckily, I'm getting this new card by legitimate means. Thanks! The elevator dings and the doors open. 3 Shiba Inu step out in mid-conversation. I take a step forward, waiting for them to fully exit. One of them glances over at me and meets my eyes. Who are you? The dog nudges the one to its right. I'm Tylo, I just started working here. They cut in before I finish speaking. Looks like we have an odd dog here. Oh no, bullies. What a freaky dog. Never seen something so large before. And walking with Yinba, too. Must be low-ranking dog, then. Get out of the way. We got some office bullies? Someone get Yagami in here stat. Absolutely. Yagami would not stand for this nonsense. With the 3 sets of eyes on me, I feel myself wanting to pant, unable to answer. I glance hurriedly over at Yinba. What's going on, Yinba? Oh! No! My eyes widen as I see her shrinking back. And Beiju doesn't seem to be monitoring the situation right now, otherwise shouldn't she have jumped in with some advice by now? I guess I'm on my own then, but their behavior is so unprofessional, it must not be allowed somewhere as strict as the Ari, right? You're the ones in the way, we were just waiting for you to clear the elevator exit. Shut your mouth, newbie, and use your stupid folded ears to listen when we tell you to get out of the way. We have to kill them. I don't believe in animal cruelty, but maybe. Ugh. Look at her ears. Why are they folded like that? Don't have the muscles to keep them standing up? It's to prevent her mushy brains from leaking out. I'm gonna cry. You better watch out for this dog's leaky brains, Yinba. You'll be the one to clean up the mush. I stare aghast at their antics. Yinba looks just as terrified as before, not even trying to speak. I'm really hoping this isn't a common occurrence, but now it seems like it might be. Geez, they are horrible. Awful! Folded ears are adorable. I mean, I'm partial to a folded ear doggy. Like, sure, my dog has one folded ear, and it might be keeping the mushy brains in, but I wouldn't tell her that. It's not animal cruelty if we are also an animal, it's a fight. Fair. There's the loophole. Jeering, cold eyes, a crowd of dogs snarling at me. Cold. So cold. But there's one dog that doesn't want me here. The one with the red fur and gray sweater. I need to hold on to that feeling. I'm sure that it's real. Please give me strength. I need to fight the tears threatening to well up in my eyes. Different. She's so different. Don't rock the boat, Quayle. Just get this settled and don't act threatening. Is that the dog we dreamt about before? We're not looking to pick a fight with you. Please just let us in the elevator. Look at this dog trying to give us orders. Well, if you want to go so much, why don't you use your rank rights? She smirks right into my eyes, and I understand what she's up to. They must think I'm a low-ranking dog because something about what they said I'm walking with Yinba? If their assumptions were correct, there's no way I'd be able to use my rank rights on them because they'd be a higher rank. The foundation of Shiba Island society is that each dog earns a rank in the competition system facilitated by the Allocated Reality Institute, aka the ARI. The rank each dog gets dictates their standing on the island for as long as they are alive. The dogs that rank higher have the right to order any dog underneath them to do anything, and the lower ranked dogs must obey all dogs ranked higher. My real ranking is 97, but due to keeping out of the spotlight for my fake persona, Tai Lo, we set the rank to be 92, which is still high. Now I have another problem, which is that it seems that Yinba is actually a low-ranked dog, but I have to be onboarded by her. I don't know how Yinba would react to knowing that Tai Lo is ranked 92. Would it alienate her? If so, it might make it harder to gain Yinba's trust and make my infiltration work much harder. What should I do? Oh my gosh. This is so dystopian with the society. I know. I don't want tell Tylo's rank to get rid of the bully. No, let's just, if we're gonna get bullied, we can get bullied together. And we're gonna stick together. Yeah. Avoid revealing my rank. I too think in detailed exposition. Doesn't everyone? Don't you have like an ongoing monologue explaining the world that you live in? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I don't believe that I should use rank rights in a professional workplace just to use the elevators. Yep, that's the one. You're preventing me from doing my job. I don't think the bosses here would like that. Work includes lunch break because dogs can't accomplish anything at work if they don't eat. You're misunderstanding how things work here, mush brains. It doesn't matter if you're using the elevator for your job, it's just not how it works here. I brandish the keycard that Yinba just gave me with a smile and calm voice, careful to not come across as upset. Isn't that what keycards are supposed to be for, to get the elevator to work? I stand my ground and I feel the dogs slowly losing interest since they must be looking for more of a reaction. Bullies always do. Ugh, come on, we have better things to do than deal with these two nuisances. The two dogs follow suit, and finally they walk away, glaring at us as they pass. Oh, baby. I turn to Yinba, who still looks frazzled with her eyes darting around, but at least she isn't hunching over as much as before. I wanna hug her. Hey, are you okay? There's a few moments of silence, but then Yinba shakes herself twice and stands up. Her smile looks a bit too wide and her eyes don't really match, but at least she seems to have gathered herself even if for a little. I'm good. I'm sorry that happened. I rack my brain for something else comforting to say, but can't find the words. And, those comments about my ears, that stung. I'm glad I had the Shiba in the gray sweater to give me strength. Yinba sighs. I was hoping that you wouldn't have to see this on your first day here, but I guess you would have eventually anyway. Suddenly she perks up and puffs out her chest. I get the sense she's really practiced in bouncing back from these incidents if they do happen often. But now the elevator's finally clear. Come on, let's go down. The little jump. I can't. The elevators take us all the way down to the first floor. Come, this way! Lunch will make it better. Yinba takes me outside and we start walking down the street. As soon as we go around the corner, I smelled grilled meats and vegetables. It smells delicious. This is my favorite place to eat. They have the best kebabs on the whole island. She gasps and starts hopping around. I'm so glad you agreed to come. No one ever wants to get lunch with me. Usually, I'm alone, but I don't mind so much when I come here. And I don't often get disrupted by my coworkers here either. The earpiece crackles in my ear again. Low-ranking and lonely? I hate to say it, but she's the perfect dog to use to your advantage. No. Beiju? I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind later about not being around when I really needed it. I can't talk out loud while Yinba is right beside me, so I just grunt and try to play it off as clearing my throat. Beiju should understand that I can't respond to her out loud right now. Back to what Beiju was saying about Yinba, I hope it doesn't come to it. Yinba seems too nice to get involved. I'm still relying on her for onboarding, so maybe I should try to find another dog to get help from if the mission requires it. Tai Lo? Earth to Tai Lo! Sorry, what? Yinba giggles. Were you daydreaming again? I laugh nervously. Yeah, sorry. I think you think too much. Damn, she reads me like a book. I mean, you do think a lot. There's a lot of just no dialogue, inner thoughts only. She needs a friend, be friends, friendship forever. Forget the mission. I agree. Why are we doing this again? There's nothing wrong with daydream, of course, so long as you can still work hard. At the grill, we take our seats and look at the menu. I hope you're settling in okay. It must be weird being a big dog among so many Shibas. I heard that customer support has a lab, but you're here alone. It's not that weird to me these days to be a bigger dog. I've lived here for so long that I'm used to it all. No way, I thought I was the only Labrador Retriever on the island right now. It's part of Tylo's persona that she was part of customer support, but I thought that that was just made up. There were other Labradors in the history of Shiba Island though, so it's possible there were other descendants. Or maybe Beiju was able to modify real records which caused rumors. I'll look into that later. Better yet, I'll ask Beiju. Did your parents move here, or has your family been here on the island for a long time? No idea. I never knew my parents, and I don't remember how or why I came to the island. I was just always here. Doesn't it bother you, not knowing about your parents or your childhood? I shrugged my shoulders. I just never thought about it. I don't see a point. I wouldn't even know where to start if I was going to try and dig up my past anyways. If there was one thing I would like to find out, it's who that Shiba Inu that made me feel so warm is. Really? You're not curious about your past? I guess I just think it'd bother me to not know. To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't really know how to answer, Yinba. No dog has pressed me about my past like this before. Dog thinks a lot. This dog could be the big villain and I'd vote to let them get away with it. That's so true. Yinba could actually be the mastermind behind everything. And I'm sure she had her reasons. I also don't really get close to other dogs in the first place. I guess it's nice to know more about my past, but honestly, what would be the point? Yinba seems to notice my awkwardness and looks back down at her menu. Let's order something, I'm starving. A while later. Everything here smells so good, I ended up ordering 20 different kebabs because I couldn't choose and ate all of them. The cost of living on the island is high for a dog like me since the portions are Shiba-sized. Might as well put that upfront payment for the mission to good use. I definitely ordered way too much though. I should have saved some for dinner tonight instead of gobbling them all up. I hope I don't get a stomachache. You sure did eat a lot of kebabs. I don't think I've ever seen a dog eat as much as you. What? Yinba giggles. You just complained about possibly getting a stomachache. You didn't realize? Oops. My bad, I was just thinking out loud. If you do get a stomachache later this afternoon, I have some medicine in my desk drawer back in the office. It's always good to be prepared for any medical emergency. Oh, thank you. I was just going to suffer through it if I felt bad. It's nice of Yinba to offer me medicine if I get sick. Say, did you watch Beiju's new video last night? Oh, I haven't gotten around to it. I only watch her videos or streams every once in a while. There's a familiar cackle in my ear. I hope that's not true. You said you were my biggest fan. I should have made you watch it while you were over at my place the other day. Oh, Beiju. What was the video about? I see Yinba's face light up. It was a makeup review about an eyeshadow palette. It was so funny watching her tear the product to shreds. She's so ruthless, but in a good way. I wish I could be as cool as her. You're cooler! Please understand that. Yinba sighs wistfully. Every dog is cool in their own way. Okay, that was so cheesy, but true. Yeah, but she's way cooler and prettier than me. No, I wish I could tell her it's not true. She's missing the point of my videos. I'm sure that Beiju wouldn't think that. Thank you, Quayle. I got you, Beiju. I can't verbally respond to Beiju, but I'm happy I can help. I know she wouldn't, but it's still true. But you're a really dedicated fan of hers, so that's something, and you're really good at your job. I mean, you probably have clearance for all kinds of things. I guess, but work stuff doesn't make you cool in that way. Yinba has no self-confidence. Being low rank definitely doesn't help. I feel really bad for her. Anyways, enough about that. How has your first day of work been so far? Have we even worked yet? We took a tour, got bullied, and now we're at lunch. I haven't done anything. Wow, what a quick change in attitude again. She really is well practiced in pretending everything is fine. In response to her question, I try to remember what happened apart from the tour. I remember the conversation with the security guard, who was pretty friendly. It's been pretty good so far. The dogs seem nice at the office. Well, of course, apart from those coworkers we ran into at the elevator. I feel my cheeks burn from almost forgetting what was no doubt something that would bother Yinba more than it was just an inconvenience to me. It does seem you're pretty good at talking yourself out of trouble. I just wish they would do the same for me. Yinba's smile disappears, and she looks down like she's ashamed. Now, why did we bring this up? We were having a nice lunch, and we're like, hey, remember those bullies we saw? Scarier villains, those with detailed reasons, or those who are evil for no reason? Oh, nothing hits like the betrayal of your buddy character being the culprit. Yeah, the ones that are evil for no reason are, I think, scarier. Just like, I did it cause I felt like it. Goody, how are you doing? Hello, hello. I don't mean to make it seem like they're bad. Yinba sighs. It's just that, as you've seen, they look down on me because I'm low ranked. They don't think I'm as good as they are. I'm always overlooked and someone else always takes the credit for the work I do. Sometimes my coworkers even make me do their work so they don't have to. I hate it when that happens. I don't mind helping out, but sometimes it's too much, you know? I get through it with a smile, but sometimes I wish they'd just let me do my own work in peace. I hate to say it, but I'm not surprised that this happens. Poor Yinba. She's a good dog and seems like a really dedicated worker. She doesn't deserve this. Some dogs outside of work ask me why not get a new job, but even if I get a new job, I'll probably have rank rights used on me there too. I don't know that for sure, but I just see it as something that will inevitably happen. It's the other dog's reward for earning a higher rank than me in the arena tournaments. It's sad, but Yinba's right in a way. She's so low ranked that there's no guarantee that she won't be bullied at a new job. Apart from those inconveniences, I love my job. It's a really great place. I work really hard and I do good work. My rank doesn't matter. One day I'll be recognized for the value I add to the Ari. My coworkers can't get away with it forever. Oh, I love her. I hope the Ari does value you. I've only known you for a day and I can already tell you're a great employee and a kind dog. Yinba perks up, her ears twitching with joy. Thank you, Tylo. It means a lot to hear you say that. I know they will recognize my efforts eventually. I just need to work harder. I hear the familiar crackle in my ear. She's going to work herself to death. I feel so awful for her. Same here, Beiju. Maybe once I finish this job, I can do something for Yinba. If she'd even accept the help and find a new job, Yinba seems loyal to the Ari to a fault. We should start heading back to the office. Our lunch break is almost over. Alright, thanks again for taking me to lunch. No problem, I'm glad you came to eat with me. Want to get lunch again tomorrow? Baby! Let's do that, and I'll try not to order so many kebabs. Yinba giggles. I think that's a good idea. Oh, sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Please poop on company time. Please. Oh. We leave the restaurant and start to make our way back to the office. Back upstairs in the office, Yinba walks me over to my desk. As promised, this is our area. This will be your desk. If you want, you can decorate it with whatever you like, so long as it's within Ari policies. A lot of dogs here don't really decorate their desks, but I think it's a good idea. It's a great way to express yourself. Thanks, I'll think about it. Too bad I won't be staying long. Not that I'm much of a decorator in the first place, unless it's decorating with takeout containers. I take a seat at my desk while Yinba wheels her own chair over to my side. These chairs are so comfortable and small, uncomfortable and small, I wish I could bring mine from home. Did Jula tell you about the systems you'd be working with? I perk up at the mention of systems. Now that I'm officially onboarding as an employee, I might be able to access the Blink network. Hopefully, anyways. No, she didn't. Okay, that's fine. Let's just start by logging into your computer. You can scan your access card here next to the keyboard. I scan my access card on the device like Yinba instructs me to, and I see the computer unlock. Awesome! So to access the networks you'll be securing and maintaining, you'll need to open up this terminal. Oh, where is it? Yinba sticks out her tongue as she types on my computer trying to find what she needs. Oh, there it is. The real onboarding buddy we all needed. Right? She's so good at her job. She opens up a command prompt of some kind and lists a bunch of network names. Some at the top are bright white text, while others seem grayed out. I don't see the Blink network. Once Yinba leaves, I'll poke around more. This is where you'll be working from. At the beginning of the day, you'll be sent an email telling you what tasks you have for the day. If you like viewing the tasks on a board instead of email, the same information is in the Jindo board. Usually, it's just a day of maintaining one of the networks, upgrading security rules, etc. I'm sure you already know how to do all this stuff, but let me know if any of it is new or confusing. I'll take a look around, thanks Yinba. Yep, I'm sure you can pick it up quickly. Really what this job is doing what our bosses tell us needs to be done and making sure they stay happy. Ugh, I can think of nothing worse. This is why I'm glad I'm my own boss. But Tylo is probably the sort who'd love nothing more than making bosses happy. That's what Beiju would say anyway. Here, I'll show you which networks you have access to. Right now, you can work on these three. Yinba points a paw at the white text on the command line. I then point my own paw at the grayed out text. What about these networks here? Oh, those ones? Those are more secure networks. You'll need to gain clearance to access them. Over time, you'll be able to work on those ones too. I watch as she scrolls down through a list of networks. As you can see, we've got a lot. There's a lot of data when it comes to the Ari, and it's all important. I quickly scan the grayed out part of the list and my eyes snap to one of them, the Blink network. Lucky me, being able to see the network at least. If I had less permissions, it's possible I wouldn't be able to see it at all. But I at least have some sort of read permissions for the list of network names. Even though I thought it was a silly idea at first, it seems that becoming an Ari employee was the right choice. This is a great starting point. The bad news is I don't have the permissions to access the network itself yet. By the way, what is your rank? Jula never told me, and earlier I didn't get to find out. Ah, no! I hesitate for a moment. I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have this conversation. 92. Lucky, I'm only 43. Man, maybe I should have done something with those bullies then. If we're gonna end up telling her anyways. But you being high ranked means you'll probably get clearance pretty quickly. Do you have access to all the networks? Yimba suddenly beams and puffs out her chest. Of course! I've worked hard for the RE for 4 years. It took me a long time, but they finally granted me full access earlier this year. All because of the work I had put in, staying late, picking up work from other dogs. It's great they recognize my dedication. Even though I'm lower than most dogs here, they know I'm a good worker and reliable too. I don't let my rank get in the way. I can't tell what's more depressing. The fact that this place makes her think her life will be better if she just works hard, or that she actually believes it. An hour later. It's the end of the day already, and I haven't had the chance to poke around the networks in private. Since it's my first day, Yinba has been onboarding me, so she's been sitting by my side for the last hour. It would be suspicious if I tried to shake her off, and even if I did, it's unlikely I could pull off a difficult task with little time to spare. And even if I got close today, the chances of getting caught are more likely since I'll be in a rush. I'll have a fresh start tomorrow. Taking the MRT to Beju's for a scheduled debrief was nice after a long day of work. Finally, I don't have to keep responding to dogs that I barely know. Or be caught off guard by bullies. I get to go home. Help, the capitalism, racism, dogs are making me feel things. I didn't expect this silly, goofy game to be so emotional. I think I should consider myself grateful I don't actually work a 9-to-5 job. I'm definitely not cut out for that kind of life. Let's think about Yinba. Yinba's really nice. It's horrible that she's treated that way by the other dogs at the RE. Unfortunately, it might make sense that dogs who believe the most in the ranking system self-select into the RE. They probably think being an RE employee and part of the system is a reward for their rank. The Blink Network. I made good progress today, smoothly joining the RE as an undercover employee. Hopefully I can use some of the networks I gained rightful access today to move to the Blink Network. Hopefully. Do it. When I finally get to Beju's place, she's already got plenty of takeout food ready for me. How did you know this is exactly what I wanted? No one knows you better than me. Even if we only talk once in a while, maybe she's right. I don't have any other friends. We're bald! Now that the hat's gone, it looks wrong. Oh no. And the glasses. Has our face always looked like that? I move to the couch and start digging in while Beju sits at her desk and continues working. What are you doing? I ask between a mouthful of food. She answers without looking away from the screen. Just adding the finishing touches to a video I'm putting out tomorrow. Didn't you just put out a video today? You care about my posting schedule now? Are you becoming a baby? Well, truth be told, since Yinba loves talking about you, I might be. She's a pretty big fan of yours. She follows you on everything. You heard her gushing all about you. I wish she didn't stop. Beju holds her face in her paws and bats her eyes. I mean, who wouldn't be a big fan of me? I roll my eyes as Beju laughs. Okay, relax, don't get such a big ego. But I'm so fabulous, don't you agree? Okay, you're fabulous. Beju laughs and turns back to her computer. Anyways, I'm editing a special video. I got approached by Shiba Inu to review their newest clothing line. Oh, that's actually really impressive. Don't act so surprised that they reached out to me. I'm not, I'm actually impressed. Are you being sponsored by them? No, but they did send me all of the clothes for free. I'd offer you some, but A, they're not your style, and B, they're Shiba-sized. Everything is Shiba-sized on this island anyway. So what did you think of the clothes? Did they meet your expectations? Ugh, no, and I'm really mad about it. Shiba Inu 2 is supposed to be an affordable brand that dogs... It's supposed to be like Forever 21. Shiba Inu 2, like Forever 2. I'm trying to get the joke. I don't know if I get it. Shiba Inu 2 is supposed to be an affordable brand that dogs of any rank can purchase But these clothes are on the expensive side and they're not even practical. Not to mention, these clothes are really uncomfortable. Not something you'd want to wear all day long. You're really passionate about this, aren't you? Lab pattern baldness at 4 years old. Hell no, we're cooked. Wait, you're right? Do we think so? Because it's not like forever 21. Because 2 in dog years is what, 14? Shiba forever 14? Of course, there's nothing I hate more than dogs getting ripped off by a brand they should know better. Does Shiba 2 know you're going to be posting a scathing review of their clothing? Nope, they're about to find out tomorrow. Wow, you're not worried about them getting angry? If they didn't want an honest review, then they shouldn't have asked for one. I'm not one of those influencers that lies to dogs' faces about different products. I guess that's true. And every brand knows it, so they know the risks. Get it? Back to the mission. How has it been working with one of my biggest fans? Tell me more about everything. If you were listening in, wouldn't you know? Speaking of, you left me hanging when we had that situation with the mean coworkers. What was that for? I can't pay attention all day, Lily. I have a schedule to keep up. I guess that's true. You should pay more attention when I'm in danger, though. Well, it seems like you handled it fine anyways. Next time you should bark or something if it's really an emergency. Well, I'm such a big dog, I'd rather lay low. Shiba over 21 would be a super old in dog years, yeah. We're 2. They could have had Forever 3, just saying. That makes more sense. That's why I was confused by Shiba 2. I'm like, maybe there's a different brand I don't know about. Beiju shrugs. I'll help you out if you're really in trouble next time, I promise. Alright, how's Yinba? Yinba's really nice. She doesn't make me nervous like Jula and the others, and she seems to know what she's doing. Despite everything, she works really hard. From what I've seen, she's pretty popular in my fan community. Lots of my babies know know who she is. Still gets me. She seems like a great dog. Is that assessment purely based on Yinba's dedication as a baby, rather than what I just said about her hardworking attitude at work? I'm glad you've had a potential ally, someone who might be able to get you the access you need. Especially since she's so low ranked. Yeah, about that. I don't think I really want to involve her in this. She's too nice for that. Beiju curls up her lip in a sneer I've never seen before. You might not have a choice. She's the one with the access you need after all. Maybe you can get her to do it for you as a favor. It's not like you're going to tell her that you're an imposter sneaking in to steal confidential information. That's definitely not a good idea. Ugh, this job is the worst. I was getting used to it, but it keeps reminding me why I hate acting and interacting with dogs to get the job done. Beiju laughs. Cheer up, Lily. It's only for a while, and the pay will be worth it. Then you can go back to working in front of a computer all day. Well, it's not only that. You're helping the greater good, and just think of all the food you'll be able to order. Ugh, she keeps deflecting. Guess I'll shut up for now so she doesn't keep pressuring me about using Yinba. Maybe I can find another way myself. And for the greater good, she says, I'm still not sure about that. She must be happy about the huge amount of money she must be getting paid. Since she can afford to pay the rates I quoted her, she must be getting a lovely surplus from it. Maybe I should have asked for more. Oh well, what's done is done. And she did pay up, no questions asked. I should be happy with the rate I'm getting. I guess you're right, I'm looking forward to completing the mission. I am too, Lily. By the way, I heard from Yinba that it seems that there really was a Labrador Retriever in customer support. Did you know anything about that? Well, you know it's not you, right? Of course I know that, but I'm wondering, is it real that there's another Labrador and that they're working in the RE? There's no actual Labrador in customer support right now, that's for sure. If there were, it wouldn't line up with the lab being a security programmer now. I feel like there's some more information I'm missing. If you're worried about there being conflict in your backstory, don't worry. If you say so. It seems that this is the only information for now I'll get out of her. It's still a bit of a relief that there's not actually another lab in customer support right now. It would be nice to meet another lab, but it's easier to not meet another lab. What should we talk about? What would we talk about? Well, if there's nothing else, seems that we're done here for the debrief. Make sure you get home early enough to get plenty of sleep. You have a big day tomorrow. Is Dog Beyonce paying us to commit corporate espionage? Is that the plot? That is the plot. Well, that's it. The next day. The next day, I take the MRT back to the office bright and early. Let's think about the work schedule today. For the first few days, there's a few meet and greets where they talk to all the recent new hires. Thankfully, as a technical individual contributor, I don't need to join that many meetings on an ongoing basis. The dog that's technically my manager didn't even talk to me and told me that Yinba would be responsible for all of my onboarding. I did take a look at the manager's calendar and it's packed back to back to back with meetings. No wonder they didn't have time for me. But that's great. I get to be even more under the radar. I don't know how those dogs don't get a headache with that many meetings. Maker's schedule, manager's schedule, I guess. Maker's schedule, manager's schedule, I guess. Think about the mission. The mission. Given the gaps between the mandatory meet and greet meetings and the onboarding tasks I was assigned, I can start on the Blink network close to noon. I'd rather just start on it in the morning, but I need to keep up the pretense that I'm an employee. I'm sure I can get the task done within an hour, though. I'll try extra fast. Alright, speed through our mandatory training, meet and greets, and all that. Few hours later. Exiting the meeting room, where we played a team-building exercise, I go back to my desk and unlock my computer with my access card. I'm sure I'll never meet some of those fellow new hires again. A lot of those dogs weren't even in the tech department. I suppose we were placed into the same onboarding meet and greet only because of our recent employment start date. I gotta admit, sometimes those activities can be fun. They had free cupcakes and coffee. Even though I already made coffee at home, I swiped another coffee anyway. Now that's out of the way, this is a good time to try to get access into the Blink network since I've already finished all of my tasks earlier this morning. Hopefully completing my task shows management that I'm good at my job and makes them give me more access. Gaining access the legitimate way is a backup plan in case I can't get in secretly. Hackers. I crack my paws and get to work. I try the same methods I tried during the past reconnaissance mission, hopping from one network to another to try reaching the Blink network. But I'm expecting better results than that time since I have clearance now. Here, even though I still don't have a lot of clearance, I can freely enter networks I couldn't access before. Coffee fiend. I'm feeling a little more optimistic. At first, I do see some success. Each successful network jump or privilege escalation makes me excited. I really hope I can get in. The sooner I'm out of here, the better. Then I begin to hit the familiar dead ends I hit before, similar to what I encountered a few years ago. Approaching the problem at different angles doesn't help either. Sometime later. How do you crack your paws? I was just thinking that, like, do you hook your... How do you do it? You don't have thumbs. Sometime later. Before I know it, it's almost 1 p.m. I see Shibas that had left for lunch trickling back into the office. I can't believe I didn't even notice lunch hour was here. Yesterday, I said I'd go to lunch with Yinba today. Ugh, this sucks so much. I guess I only set myself up for disappointment. My stomach growls in protest, and I finally realize that I'm a bit lightheaded from being in the zone for so long. I'll just try one more time, but I've got to eat lunch soon. My final attempt makes me optimistic at first. I found the credentials to a user account with higher permissions than the one I was using before. This one didn't even require a lot of skills, just ran hashdog and faked the logs so that the endpoint wouldn't flag it as a suspicious process. Bingo, I've accessed the network I hadn't been in before. Ooh, and it's a bunch of files about the arenas! I should remind myself to double back and check that out. Unfortunately for me, I hit another dead end. Even with the newly compromised user account, I am still not able to enter the Blink network. Looks like I'm going to be an employee here for a little longer. At least I have a consolation prize. No harm in looking at what's in those arena files. I start to go through the files. There are folders organized by year, so I try to find the year I participated in the arenas. I don't remember a lot of my time in the arenas, and I never really cared, but now I'm curious. I wonder what's stored inside. Opening up the folder, there are plenty of videos, audio logs, and transcripts of each arena that took place this year. I also found a strange file among all of the others. Its properties are weird. It has a file extension I've never seen before. Quill Jupeng 2.41 point memory. Our memory? Weirdest of all, the file has my name in it. What is this? Should I inspect it? I don't even know what kind of content it contains. But I really want to know. No harm in just taking a quick look before lunch. What should I do? There's only one option. Open that file. Did they wipe our memories? My vision goes white for a second, then suddenly fades back in just as quickly. My surroundings are definitely not the office space I was just in. Looming in front of me is what I'd say looks like an oasis. It's a large lake of water surrounded by palm trees and tall grass. It's really hot in the sun and my thick fur doesn't help at all. Beyond the trees, we're surrounded by high dunes of sand. I'm in the middle of the desert, alone. Don't tell me I teleported. How would that have even happened? How do I get back? Wait, this place seems really familiar somehow. I don't know why. I keep walking towards the oasis, not sure where I should go. I suddenly hear a rustling in the bushes nearby and a dog whining. Oh! Dogs run by, somewhere in the bushes. Are they the bullies? I walk towards the sound, carefully remaining hidden until I see a Shiba I don't recognize, trapped with some rope around their ankle. They're trying to chew through the rope when I hear another rustling in the bushes to my right. I nearly gasp out loud when I see Beiju come out from the bushes. That's what you get for thinking I'd be easy prey. You should always be aware of your surroundings. What's Beiju doing here? Why would she be in the desert? This is so clearly a beach. This is the desert. What do you mean? The other Shiba doesn't say anything and keeps chewing on the rope. Meanwhile, Beiju circles the dog, looking them up and down. Where did you hide your pendant? Why is she looking for their pendant? Unless, is this an arena? Hold on, I think Beiju had mentioned ages ago that we met in an arena in the desert. Is this that arena? It must be. Suddenly the rope snaps and the freed Shiba turns on Beiju. Beiju jumps and backs down, shrinking as she looks back at the angry, growling Shiba. It looks like Beiju is in trouble. I have to help her. I start to run to them, but as I get closer, I hear another rustle in the bushes next to me. Another dog, a lab this time, runs out and chases after them too. I look at the lab and stop in my tracks. That looks like... I don't know what you're talking about. This dog does not look familiar to me at all. That's not us. Me. No, not the same dog. This dog has a hat and glasses. I can't be sure. I know I was in the arena that took place in an oasis, and I know it's where I met Beiju. Could this lab be me from the past? I'm totally clueless. More than usual, anyway. I mean, I'm always clueless, but... I decide to watch, confused as my past self runs up behind the dog, threatening Beiju, and tackles them to the ground. The other Shiba disappears, and I know it means the lab has taken them out by a direct strike to their pendant per arena rules. Beiju walks over to the lab, smiling. It looks as if the lab is getting ready to pounce. Yes, some dog finally followed all the rules and eliminated another Shiba for me. What? I hear Beiju laugh. I recognize it as the kind of laugh she does whenever she gets her affluent supporters to help a cause they would normally be against. I love Beiju, but she's so good at being scary sometimes, maybe too good. What are you talking about? Beiju laughs again. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not exactly cut out for fighting. Even running is too much for me. I've been trying really hard to team with someone to help me, but I haven't had any luck. I purposely made that rope weaker since I knew you had been following me, and I had a feeling you'd help me. And you did! On top of that, you didn't attack me immediately, so you must be smart. What a backpod compliment. What's this arena stuff? Were we expecting slightly less lethal Hunger Games with memory wipes? I mean, I wasn't sure what the arena was. All we knew was that they had arena tournaments and that determines their ranks in society. But this is giving Hunger Games and I wasn't expecting that. So I thought it was just like a test. I didn't know it was like fight to the death. But it looks like if they smash each other's pendants, they win. You knew I was following you? Beiju lets out another laugh. You're pretty big compared to the other dogs. It's hard not to notice you. What do you say? Want to partner up? If you're worried about betraying you, I promise I'll sacrifice myself to let you get a higher rank in the end. I watch as my alternate or past self looks at Beiju with confusion. Have we killed before? Are we a murderer? We definitely attacked that other dog. Just then, the vision of the desert fades and I find myself looking back at my computer screen. What in the fish sticks was that? Beiju wanting to partner up? Oops, that was out loud, wasn't it? I quickly look around, hoping no coworkers heard. Hopefully, even if someone heard, it would be out of context and they don't know what I mean. Anyway, I really need to go. Yinba's waiting for me downstairs. I can't think more on an empty stomach anyway. I'll come back to it later. I turn off my computer and head out to meet Yinba. I can't wait to eat. I deserve it. Yes, you do. Let's go. After lunch. After enjoying the tasty meal, Yinba and I leave the restaurant and start to make our way back to the office. Just as we get to the front doors of the REHQ, another Shiba Inu runs out and heads towards us. Uh-oh, the Shiba looks mad, really mad. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. Or worse, accidentally reveal my true identity. The Shiba walks over to Yinba. Where have you been? I see Yinba shirk down in shame, like she's getting ready to apologize, even though the Shiba hasn't revealed anything yet. I took our newest team member out to lunch. I swear we didn't go over 1 hour. That doesn't seem to calm down the other Shiba. We left you a giant pile of reports that you need to go through by the end of the day. Stop wasting your time and get on with it. What? There was nothing there when I left. There's no way I can get through all of them today. I still have my own work to do. Can you help me? The other Shiba looks even madder now. Don't be ridiculous. I'm also busy. I don't have time to pick up your slack. The Shiba huffs and leaves us, disappearing back into the RE building. Yinba sighs. Baby. What am I gonna do? Ugh. Poor Yinba. I'd hate to be in her shoes. Looks like I'll be staying late. Again. Will no one help you? Yinba shakes her head. They're the ones who left me with all the work in the first place. My team doesn't want to work on those reports, so I have to do it. I stare at Yinba and see how dejected she looks. I feel really bad that she's being saddled with all the work for no reason. Even if she deals with it because she believes her hard work and determination will get her somewhere. I wish I could help her. I'm sure that it'd be easy to get through the reports between the two of us. I mean, how hard could it be? We went into the REHQ and get on the elevator back upstairs when I hear Beiju through my earpiece again. My favorite stream genre is when Nina goes cozy game and ends up being the most harrowing dystopian shit ever. I just thought they were dogs who hacked into computers. And I'm like, cozy. Name a cozy game that doesn't have something crazy in it. I love Labs, but Yinba's the only dog I'll give a pass for killing so far in this game. Yinba. I hope I don't do anything wrong, like try to hack into a network I don't have access to. Oh no. I think I already know what she's going to say. But why do the dogs need to hack? For fun? God forbid a dog has a hobby. I know what you're thinking, Quayle, but Tylo wouldn't help Yinba. If you do, the others might think something is up. You've been doing so well. Knew it. I know Beiju's right. Tylo is supposed to be a loyal lackey to the ranking system, but still, I'd feel awful not helping Yinba when I know I could. The elevator dings and the doors open on the 18th floor. Yinba and I get off and walk over to our desks. On hers is a giant pile of folders. I better get started on these. I don't want to be home too late. No, we're helping. I'm sorry. Whatever, I don't care if this doesn't match Tylo's persona. Let me help you with the reports. Wait, what? Let me help you. 2 dogs are faster than 1. Yinba perks up and hops on the spot. Really? You mean it? For sure. Quayle, what are you doing? I told you that you should do what Tylo would in the situation, not what you do. Whatever, Tylo should be allowed to be nice sometimes. At the end of the day. Suddenly, Yinba gasps, almost scaring me out of my seat. Oh my dog! I didn't even realize the time, it's so late! I look around and I realize we're pretty much the only dogs left in the office. Yinba gets up from her seat and goes to her desk, picking up her bag. I have to hurry! Beiju is posting a new video in an hour and she's already posted a teaser on Instadogs! I can't believe I missed it! Wow, she's got my whole posting schedule totally memorized. She really is a big fan. Oh, Beiju doesn't let it go to her head. Yinba suddenly gasps and starts bouncing on the spot. Want to come over and watch Beiju's new video with me? We can order food and everything! I perk up at the mention of food. My stomach is growling. Sure, I just need to finish up something and I'll meet you downstairs. Alright, don't take too long. Once Yinba is out of the office, I go back to my computer to get that weird file that triggered that memory again so I can save it. It'd be a good thing to keep useful, besides it is my memory. I checked the network where I found the file, only to realize the file's not there anymore. Ooh. Did I delete it? I'm pretty sure I didn't. Where did it go? Feaster, how are you? I made it toward the end at least. I'm so glad you're here. We still got a ways. We got some time. After a long MRT ride to the outer edges of the city, we finally get to Yinba's apartment complex. What? Who deleted my file? Who deleted my memory? What the hell is happening? It's a pretty rundown building and it looks like it's falling apart, but Yinba quickly assures me it's safe to go inside. We get yearly inspections and they always say that the cracks are just visual. Apparently there's no actual structural damage. I try to smile without looking worried. If you say so. The inside of the building only looks slightly better, but it's probably because of all the excessive decorations in the lobby. A quick ride up the elevator takes us to the 4th floor and we walk over to her apartment. I wasn't expecting to bring someone home, so I'm really sorry for the mess. Don't worry about it, you should see my place. There's a reason I always go to Beiju's and she never comes over to my apartment. Yinba lets me into her place, and I almost have a weird sense of deja vu. It's brightly lit up with pink lights and decorated with similar wall hangings and accents that Beiju's apartment has. Oh my gosh! She has a replica apartment. Obviously the decorations are different, but the inspiration is pretty obvious. And I can tell that Yinba carefully placed some of them to cover up any defects her apartment has. As a result, Yinba's place actually looks pretty neat and comfortable. Thought you said there was a mess. I didn't dust yesterday like I was supposed to. I laugh. It's fine, don't worry about it. You can take a seat on the couch. While Yinba goes to take off her jacket, I settle down on the couch. It's soft and comfy, and I sink into it. Ugh, this is so much better than the chair at the office. I thought a place like the Ari would have much better furniture options for its employees. I'm not used to having my size, though. What was I expecting? Thinking about the Ari only reminds me of the weird file I found earlier. During the MRT ride, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Why would the Ari even have something like that? Was it really a memory of mine? I need to talk to Beiju about it. I wonder what she'll think. Yinba walks into the room, swiping on her wrist phone. What are you craving? I'm pretty torn between Beaglese and Frenchy food. What do you think? Oh, Beaglese sounds great. Love Beaglese food. Just thinking about the meat and udon noodles is enough to make my mouth water. Same here, and I know just the perfect place nearby. It's a small low-key place, but they're so amazing they have really yummy sushi. Excuse me. I'm trying not to look desperate to eat, but I think I'm failing. Sounds awesome. Okay, I've ordered a bunch of food. It should get here before Beiju's new video premieres. What's the new video going to be on? She said Bark Sky that she was going to be critiquing the new fashion line from Shiba Inu 2. I can't wait to see what Beiju has to say about it since I love that store so much. Oh right, I saw her editing that video yesterday. Will you still like the store if she completely rips into them? Which she absolutely does in this video if I recall correctly. She shrugs her shoulders. Probably. Their clothes are kind of affordable and they don't make me look cheap at work. Worst case scenario, I'll just buy the clothes she critiques the least. I guess that's fair. Besides, sometimes she offers alternatives and they're always still in my price range too. By the way, I hope you don't mind, but I usually watch Beiju's new videos with a group of online friends on Dogscord. Is it okay if we watch it with them? It's totally okay if you don't want to, though. Don't feel bad about it. I'll just gush about the video with them later. I don't mind. Great, I'll introduce you to everyone. They're all really nice. There's a buzzing at the front door that makes me jump. Dogscord. Oh, the food must be here already. That was fast. I'm just going to go downstairs to get it. You sit tight here until I get back. Yinba heads out, leaving me alone in her apartment. I hear my earpiece crackle. Can't wait to hear your opinions on my video later. Wish I was as happy as Beiju right now. I have more important things to talk about, trust me. It's the cops? Oh no. What if it is? It's the cops and she's dead? Stop. I keep it vague and I hope that Beiju picks up the seriousness in my voice. I see. Then why didn't you come straight to me? With her solemn tone, I can almost see Beiju's happy expression disappear. You said to get close to Yinba. Besides, I don't mind relaxing a little and eating a bunch of food too. Okay, fine. I see where your priorities are. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in our next debrief. See you, Lily. The earpiece crackles again, and Beiju isn't with me anymore. Now I'm very afraid every new friend I make at work has a wire they used to secretly talk to Nina. Imagine if I was in somebody's ear. You would know. Did the Ari figure out who I am already? The food did come pretty quickly, maybe too quickly. Yeah, I think that's like really fast. I start looking around for alternate exits, just in case. I'm the friend with the wire. Am I being paranoid? We're on the 4th floor, so it's not too much of a drop, if I don't mind getting all bruised up. I walk around and peek into the kitchen and washroom. I may be snooping around without permission, but better safe than sorry. Outside of Yinba's window, I see a fire exit. Better than nothing. I hear someone at the front door and a loud thump. I slowly creep closer, hoping to figure out who it is. No angry knocking yet, so that's good. But if it was the Ari, would they even knock? But then I hear muffled cursing on the other side of the door, and I realize it's only Yinba. After letting out a sigh of relief, I open the door to find Yinba struggling with the bags of food. Are you okay? Need some help? Yinba looks relieved to see me. Yes, please. I didn't realize I ordered so much. Apparently the place moved my order to the top since I'm such a loyal customer. She passes me one of the bags of food and we go back inside her apartment. Oh, so that's why the food came so quickly. Yep, it was really nice of them. At least all of my paranoid panicking was for nothing. Oh my gosh. The rat, color me surprised. The rat is with the wire. Shocked. And I get to eat lots of food now. Come on, let's get ready for the video. It's gonna start soon and I still need to introduce you to all my online friends. We sit back on the couch and Yinba pulls up her laptop. She opens up Discord and goes to a Beiju fan server. Meanwhile, I put out the food on the coffee table in front of us and begin piling some on my plate. 10,000 dogs are in the server. It's huge. Not really. It used to be I used to be on a bigger one, but it felt too crowded. This one is much smaller, so it's easy to get to know everyone. This is a smaller server? I knew Beiju had a lot of fans, but sheesh. Yinba scrolls down to a voice chat and I can already see dozens of dogs in it chatting together. She clicks on the voice channel and suddenly the sound of a bunch of dogs talking excitedly to each other fills the room. Who just joined? Wait, I can't tell, I wasn't looking. Hey dogs! Oh, it's Yinba! Everyone in the voice channel excitedly greets Yinba and Yinba greets all of them individually. It's actually really sweet to see Yinba interacting with all of them. She looks really happy to see them and they're all happy to see her too. Oh. She always looks cheerful at work, but it's nothing like this. By the way, I brought someone special to join us tonight. Who is it? Yeah, introduce us. Yinba puts a paw on my shoulder like she's introducing me to them in person, even though it's only a voice chat and they can't actually see me. This is Tai Lo. She's a new coworker of mine and she's super awesome. You guys will love her. I raise my paw up and wave at the computer screen before I realize for a second that they obviously cannot see me. Hi everyone. Dozens of icons in the chat light up as they greet me, to the point where I can barely understand them. It's almost like a chat room full of Yinbas. Are you a fan of Beiju, Tai Lo? I like her stuff, but I don't think I'm as big of a fan as all of you. Yinba is the biggest fan out of all of us. She watches every single video and live stream. Yeah, whenever I'm trying to think of something Beiju talked about, but I can't remember the video, Yinba always knows. Yinba laughs. Don't embarrass me. It's really great to meet you all. Oh my dog, the video is up. Everyone shh. Oh, yay. Yinba tabs out of Discord and opens up Shiba Tube. Her front page recommendations are filled with Beiju videos, including some fan videos about her. Yay, I'm so excited. Yinba is practically wiggling in her seat as she clicks on Beiju's new video. I've only seen a few of her videos before, but I'm familiar with her typical intros where she greets her fans as the Beibes. While she sets up, I start scarfing down my plate of food. I kinda wish we got more food. I'm gonna eat all of this so fast. As Beiju talks and begins making her points and stating her opinions, I hear Yinba and the others muttering in agreement or making a comment about how nice Beiju's outfit is. As the video goes on, I kind of drift off and stop paying attention. Beiju already gave me the rundown yesterday anyways. I keep eating my food and I keep thinking about the memory of the arena. Ooh, let's get spacey. It's weird, I've just kind of gotten used to not really knowing what happened to me during the arenas. Part of me feels bad because I didn't really want to remember that time, but another part of me feels happy that I finally remember how I met Beiju. If it even is how I met Beiju, what if it wasn't a real memory? I kind of wish I could ask Beiju about it right now. I want to have fun with Yinba, but I can't stop thinking about the weird memory file. That was so good. I know, I can't believe some of the fashion choices Shiba Inu made. Are they even making clothes for dogs anymore? What do you think, Tai Lo? Huh? Oops, wasn't paying attention. Gotta come up with something quick. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what they're thinking. Might as well be making clothes for robots. That gets a few laughs from Yinba and her friends. Success! Yeah, it's too bad. I really liked some of the print stuff. Same, at least she gave us good suggestions for alternatives. I never heard of the other online store before. Those clothes were so cute. I can't believe one dog makes them. I know, it's really impressive. If Beiju loves that store, it has to be good. Yeah, I was thinking of ordering some clothes tonight. Want to do a group order? I do! Me too. What about you, Tylo? Want to join? I'll pass. It's not really my style. I paused, remembering something Beiju said. And they're Shiba-sized. I let out a yawn and stretch. I think it's time for me to head out. It's pretty late. Yeah, thanks for coming over. It was so much fun. Thanks for having me. This was great, Yinba. Aww. Hugs. Also, if I were in a Discord of 10,000, I would simply throw up. That's a lot. There's so much going on. I grab my stuff and Yinba hugs me before I leave. I hug her back. Stay safe. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Day 5. The next morning. I take a look at my playlist, selecting something for the commute. Ariana Grande. Wolfus Wainwright. Puglethia? I ended up shuffling them all. There isn't enough time on the commute to focus on one album. Yeah. Too bad I can't listen while I'm working. Gotta cherish listening on the commute. Music in my ears, my mind starts to drift. Let's think about Yinba. It was so sweet to see another side of Yinba. It really feels that with the Bebe fan group, she's much more confident. I wonder if there will be a day that she can be like that at work too. Beiju. In the arena memory, was that when I met Beiju? I don't remember that happening at all, but somehow it feels familiar. There's so many mysteries. If there are things about Beiju that I don't remember that really did happen, is it possible that the red Shiba in a gray sweater is real too? Think about the mission. I feel like I'm on the right track, seeing that I'm able to access files that I wasn't able to before. I can use the server I gained access to yesterday as a starting point. My wrist phone vibrates, tingling against my fur with a repeated cadence. Is that a mortuary in the background of the Day 5 loading screen? Okay, so I thought that, and I wasn't sure. Okay, I'm not crazy. There was like, it looked like the autopsy table. I glance over at the small holographic display. It's Beiju! With a swipe, I make the call connect. Yeah, freaky. Ooh. Good morning, Quill. Good morning, I'm on my way to work. What's up? I hope it's something important for her to call at this time. I don't want to get caught up in a lengthy conversation and be late for work. Well, Lily, I just wanted to check in on your progress. Or rather, your lack of. Don't call me out like that. That's mean. I've been working hard. It takes a second for Beiju's statement to sink in, and I feel my ears burning. I've been making progress. Oh no, you haven't. You've been distracted and too nice. And you've been doing a poor job of acting the persona of Tylo. Get better at it. If what you're worried about is getting caught, I don't think they're onto me yet. If the Ari is suspicious, they wouldn't let you know. The longer you take, the more dangerous they become. A hacker like you should especially know that time is of the essence. But what do you expect? I just started working here. You've been spending too much time playing nice with that coworker Yinba. I'm glad that she's a baby, but if you're spending so much time gaining her trust, you better make use of it quick. Why are you so hung up on about using Yinba? Is there something else you're after? I guess you really forgot. Whatever. Just get it done, Quill. Even if it might hurt her, it's for the greater good. Don't come to me with your tail between your legs when you get caught because you're too slow. What don't we remember? Oh no. The phone clicks and goes silent, and it's clear that Beiju hung up on me. Uh-oh. I hang my head. Got told to pick up the pace, huh? First thing in the morning, too. I didn't even get to ask her about the strange memory file. I thought she was genuinely worried about me yesterday, but maybe it was about getting me to work faster all along. If she had so little faith in me, then why did she even hire me? My ears burn even more and I clench my teeth. Tail between your legs? What fish sticks? She probably needs me more than I need her. Why don't I just quit? It's all to pad her pockets anyway. She doesn't even care about proving Mo-Yi's innocence. Oh yeah, I forgot that was the whole point. The speaker reads out at the station, and I glance up to double check my station is 2 stops away. Dude is a hacker, not an undercover agent. Those two are not the same. I know. We have experience being a hacker, but this is our first time doing undercover work like this. That we know of. We don't have any memories of our past, so I don't know. Maybe we were undercover before. Though I'm intrigued by the memory files that I've been finding. Maybe I'll at least stick around for that. I don't need to rely on Beiju to be the only one remembering our past. I returned to my desk after a lengthy training meeting. Nice to be paid just to go through some boilerplate presentations on employee compliance and policies. Normally I try to pay some attention, but since I'm on a mission, I spent the whole time planning and maybe some daydreaming, just a little. Now time to try and get into the Blink network again. I have access to more secure networks, which makes me optimistic. Hopefully today I'll get what I need and then I can leave this place forever. I type away accessing new networks while being extra cautious that I'm covering my tracks behind me. An hour later. An hour in, I've still gotten into... Sorry, I've been reading for a long time. An hour in, I've still not gotten into the Blink network. Every route I try to take leads to another dead end. It's starting to look more and more like I might have to wait until I'm granted higher security permissions. I hope it won't take too long. For once, I'm glad I'm high-ranked. Even if I don't wish to use my rank based on what Yinba said, I have a much better chance of gaining clearance faster than the 4 years it took her. As I begin to back out, a strange file catches my eye. It's the same .memory file type as the file I found yesterday. I don't know what exactly it contains because its file name is a random assortment of letters and numbers. I try looking at the other files in the network to see if I can get a better idea of what it could be, but all the others seem random and not connected to each other. Low-key sad there's not a hacking minigame, even if it wasn't just a match 3 or something. I know, I want I want a hack. Let me do it. Should I try opening it? But I don't know what I'll find. At least with the previous file, it had my name in the file name, so it seemed related to me. Regardless, maybe investigating this file and other files like this could explain why the RE even have them in the first place. Question is, do I even want to know? Or maybe it'll have a clue and tell me how to get into the Blink network. This might just be wishful thinking. Knowing that the file might disappear does make me nervous, but I tap on my keyboard arrows, tap on my keyboard arrow keys, highlighting the menu selection over the strange file. Okay, here goes nothing. Where are we going now? Ah! My vision goes white again, just like the last time. Then everything goes dark, I can barely see anything. I'm in a dark room and I realize I'm lying down on a cold steel platform. Is this where they wiped our memory? I wonder where I am. This doesn't look like any arena I've ever seen. I hop off the platform and walk around the room. I find a door, but it's locked. Right, that's not worrying. Jiggling the door handle and pulling on the door with all my strength doesn't work either, so I decide to move on. Feeling the wall, I find a light switch, but when I try to flick the lights on, nothing happens. Great, I've entered some kind of memory trapped in a room with no lights and a locked door. Good thing I'm not afraid of the dark. I keep exploring around the room, hoping I'll find a way out or a key to open the door, then I start to hear dogs talking on the other side of one wall. Hello? I can't really hear what they're saying at first, so I inch closer. I see what looks like a mirror, then I squint. I can also see the faint outline of two Shibas in white lab coats. Is this a two-way mirror? My side is the mirror, but I guess since it's dark, I can kinda see the other side too? I move even closer and try to pick up what the Shibas are talking about. Oh my gosh. It just appeared in the arena. The technicians have no idea where she came from. Are you sure she isn't just a trespasser? There's no way given the level of security we have. Besides, you don't just wander into an arena. It's pretty unlikely. But not impossible. Trespasser in an arena? I don't remember hearing about anything like that in the past in the news. Crimes! Then again, I feel like it would have been a big deal and everyone would have talked about it if it were actually revealed to the public. If you want to blame it on security breach, good luck telling that to the head of security. He won't be happy to take the blame. Besides, the higher-ups don't think it's that anyway. Well, if you're so sure, what are we gonna do with her? Management said to release her once we're done with the experiments. What, is that a good idea? I don't agree either. I mean, letting a Labrador that appeared out of nowhere out into the world? Who does that? But hey, it's not my decision. A random lab? They aren't talking about me, are they? But I'm pretty sure I would remember something like this. Wouldn't I? Not if they wiped your memory, girl. Anyways, boss. Boss wants us to remove nodes 2.41 and 7.32 and add nodes 3.76 to see what will happen. 2.41 was the file name of the memory file from the arena. It was our name and 2.41. That's crazy. We should get to work before we get yelled at. For sure, and the sooner we're done here, the sooner we can eat lunch. I made the best sandwich today. Ooh. Is this play about us? Their voices fade away and I get even more nervous. Add a node? What's on the new node? Just what were they talking about? A random lab that supposedly appeared in an arena, adding and removing nodes? It doesn't make any sense. It's quiet for a moment, then I hear the door to the room click. It swings open, pushed from the other side. Ah! A Labrador retriever sitting on a low cart is wheeled out into the center of the room by the researchers. That looks like me again. Girl, it is you! How are you not piecing it together? With the memory files I've accessed so far being related to myself, I wouldn't be surprised that this is true. Don't be scared, Labrador. The Labrador retriever's eyes dart around. She's slouching, her shoulders, even though she towers over the two researchers. The researchers wheel her over to the steel platform and prod the Labrador with their paws, prompting her to climb onto the platform. The look in her eyes shows that she didn't have a choice. Do you remember the arena you were in before? The dog stays silent. Ugh, guess it's time for some encouragement. The researcher holds up a rod with a rotating sphere top. With each rotation, I can see some sparks like lightning snake around it. The lab whimpers and inches her head as far as she can from the rod. There was one with the oasis, and there was a black Shiba with me. The dog holding the rod nods with a smile. That's correct. Labrador seems to ease up with the researcher's approval, tilting her head back from the previously avoidant position. But then, the researcher pushes the rod to the Labrador retriever's head in a split second. The lab's mouth clenches in a strangled whimper. The pulse of the current from the sphere connects to her head, glowing and casting light on the metal walls. The lab goes limp, her head tilting down. That's node 2.41 removed. They took our memories! The other researcher takes the rod, pressing some menu buttons on a hollow screen casted from the rod. The first researcher prods the lab. She should be awake any second now. The lab stirs at as the first researcher prods her again, her eyes slowly blinking and then opening fully. Hey, Labrador Retriever, glad you're awake. We're going to ask you some questions, okay? What? What questions? And you still haven't told me who you are. Just answer and you'll be fine. Do you remember an arena you were in before? The lab's eyes grow wild, and she shakes her head. I know what they are, but I don't know what you mean. The second researcher passes the first researcher the rod back. It's set to shock mode. We're good to proceed. The first researcher moves the rod, now buzzing with an orange light, close to the lab's face. It's so close the light reflects off of her wide eyes. Are you sure you don't remember? No, I don't know, I'm sure. You're not hiding something, are you? With that, the researcher presses the current to the lab's torso. Nina, pick a cozy, non-traumatizing game challenge. Impossible. I'm sorry, guys. With each press, a massive orange-tinted electric current vibrates from the sphere and shoots straight to the lab's body. The lab on the cart cries out, her eyes wide in panic and her tongue lolling out. I don't know! Finally, the researcher holds the rod still. I guess she really doesn't know now. Then the node removal was a success. The second researcher types out some notes on the holo screen. Great, that didn't take too long. Let's get some food. Oh my gosh! I'm back in the office. Looking around, I see that most Shibas have already gone home for the night, while some, like Yinba, are still at their desks. The fur on the back of my neck is standing up and I'm shivering all over. What was that? Was it another memory? Was it even me? I mean, from what I know, I'm the only lab on Shiba Island, but I don't know about any of the things they talked about. What are those nodes they were talking about? They were removing and adding them, but for what? I'm gonna make myself sick if I keep worrying like this. I should go home. As I pack my things up to leave, I decide to do a quick check and see if that file is still in the network. Yep, it's gone alright, just like last time. Evil Shiba. This is sad. I wasn't expecting that. I just thought they like memory wiped her. I didn't think it was like shock therapy. Ugh. I leave the office after quickly logging off. Trying to walk out without shaking takes a lot of energy out of me. Day 6. Oh no, why are we sad? Why are we sad? Why are we sad? It's day 6. The next morning. Oh, Yinba, I hope you're alright. I'm on the MRT zoning out with the hum of the train. My wrist phone flashes as I see Beiju's name flash on it. I'm not in the mood to talk to her right now. The memory of our last conversation yesterday morning stings. Well, Lily, I just want to check in on your progress. Or rather, your lack of. Whatever. I'll just text her back. Alright. I gesture to decline the call and then write a quick text. Sorry, getting close to the Ari, can't answer now. Okay, debrief after work, my place. Maybe she can tell that I'm lying since I don't have the headpiece turned on yet, but I can just say that I had a delay. Think about the red Shiba Inu and the gray sweater. Beiju stinks. Agreed. I don't know what Beiju's deal is. I'm trying my best here. Does she think I can't do anything well? Ugh, deep breaths. There's a dog that thinks I can do well. Yes, she thinks I can do well and she welcomes me. That dog helps me feel that I'm welcomed. Who is this dog? After another meeting where our project manager went through the Jindo board of the team's tasks for the week, I returned to my desk. That meeting wasn't too bad, and I'm starting to like that PM. She seems genuinely interested in helping us stay on track, not just counting tickets. She was evil for sure. I swear she's gonna betray us. Something's off there. But once again, I am hoping that I can be out of here as soon as possible. Otherwise, Beiju might chew me out again. Not that her rushing me matters, since I'm the one on the ground anyway. And the fact that I still can't access the Blink network might be a blessing in disguise. I'll try to find some more memory files on the way. And it's Beiju's fault that I haven't told her about finding these files anyway. She's the one that started the conversation last time about my lack of progress. Much as I feel a little guilty for diverting some of the mission's investigation time towards my own curiosity, I can't help but feel that I deserve at least this much. We do deserve our memories back. Wasn't the interviewer wearing gray? Oh my gosh, I think so. I think she was in gray, or was she gray? I think she was gray with a red shirt. Right? I can't remember now. Good thing I remember the path I took to the previous file, even though it's deleted a few network hops after, and I'm back on the server where it was located. I list and inspect the files on the server and find another one with the memory file extension as I've taken to calling it. Wild theory is Beiju is one of the experimenters and is just watching over us. That would be wild. Evil. This one also has my name. Let's open it up! Yeah, more trauma! Open file. Where are we going now? What memories? Oh, we're back on... It's not a beach, the desert? What do you say? Want to partner up? If you're worried about me betraying you, I promise I'll sacrifice myself to let you get a higher rank in the end. I watch as my alternate or past self looks at Beiju with confusion. Another memory of Beiju. I look around me, sand moves underneath my paws, and I can see that I'm back in the same scene as the very first memory file that I found. Could this be another scene in the same arena? Knowing that I can't be seen, or I hope that's still the case, I inch closer to Beiju in the Labrador. How is this gonna work? I don't mind partnering up, but Beiju raises a paw to silence the lab. This is what I'm thinking. I lure and trap the Shibas, you take them out. By the way, I don't have to worry about being overwhelmed by stronger dogs, and you can easily take out the others. Easy peasy. It was easy enough on my own at first, but now I'm going against dogs that are just as smart as us. But now you'll be helping me, my knight in shining armor. I scoff and roll my eyes. Is that why she calls me that? Oh my dog. Alright, deal. Oh my gosh, they were working together in the Hunger Games. Wow, in hindsight, I'm way too trusting for my own good. Worth it though, there's a reason Beiju and I are still such good friends. By the way, what's your name by the way? I'm Beiju. I'm Kuei Li. My ears perk up at the sound of my name. That means it is me from the past. This is so weird. I don't know why you didn't just immediately think that it was you. I decide to keep following them, curious to see what happens next. I guess part of me always wanted to know more about how Beiju and I met. I don't remember anything about the arenas, and Beiju doesn't really like to talk about the arenas. Beiju always prefers to keep the past in the past, so I've never brought it up when we hang out. You're pretty strong. Do you have martial arts or something? No, I've never fought before entering the arenas. That's surprising. Not as surprising as seeing a lab here, though. Were you born on Shiba Island? Not sure, but I've lived here my whole life. You don't remember anything? Nope. I'm also curious as to why you helped me. I knew you would, but it was still a gamble. You ask a lot of questions. I'm just trying to be friendly. I laugh, shaking my head. I probably didn't realize it at the time, but this is a pretty common tactic of Beiju's, which is overwhelming her target with lots of questions until they tell her what she's looking for. I've seen her do it with negotiating sponsorships. My past self shrugs her shoulders. I don't know, I guess I felt kinda bad. It's true then, all labs have a heart of gold. Speaking of labs, you must stand out like a sore paw. You're so much taller than every dog here. Yeah, but no one really wants to take me head on, so I have to sneak around a lot to get any dog. Yes, that's why we're gonna work so well together. But I don't know anything about you. What do you do outside of the arenas? Nothing really. Nothing notable anyways. Classic Beiju, quickly dodging the question. Here's my hideout. Do you like it? I watch as Beiju and my past self walk into an elaborate shelter made of palm leaves and held up by large, sturdy bushes. Did you decorate this place? Of course! Can't live in such a drab place even if we are in the middle of a virtual desert. Of course she decorated her hideout. Even though in the present I'm still a little peeved at Beiju, it's a bit relieving that she didn't change that much. If this memory is really true, that is. But it's such a realistic feeling. My gut tells me that this has really happened. So, what plan do you have in mind? You're eager to get started, aren't you? I just really want to get out of this heat. It's unbearable. I know what you mean. I'm so hot all the time. And not in a good way. Lucky for both of us, I have a plan set up. I've just been looking for the right dog to help me. What's your plan? There's this one Shiba I've been observing who's always trying to garner favors with other dogs. He betrays them as soon as he spots another dog that's better suited to his needs. Are you sure that's not you? I watch as my past self laughs at her own joke. No, don't be silly, he's a different Shiba. I especially want to take him down. So what's different about this dog that you especially want to take him down? Beiju laughs and smirks. He loves trampling other dogs due to his belief in the Ari. Dogs like that usually want to join the Ari and work there so they can have the power and hold the status quo. I don't think many dogs love the Ari since they're the ones making us do all of this arena stuff. But is it that bad to want to work at the Ari? Not until you're personally affected. You have no idea how unfair the system is. Maybe one day you'll know. To be totally frank with you, I want to get a high rank. Before you ask, it's because it'll be easier for me to make change from inside. I suppose you're right about that. You can get lower ranked dogs to believe in you more easily. Yep, you've got it, Lily. Wouldn't it be annoying to be around all those high-ranking Shibas, though? If you're high rank, you'd have to act like one. I don't mind acting a certain way for a cause. It's for the greater good. I start as the past Beiju utters a familiar phrase. This is different from the Beiju I know. Was she always like this? Maybe you'll understand one day, but back to the plan, Lily. I'm going to feign weakness and plead for him to help me. I'll tell him another Shiba Inu attacked me and he'll go after them. He won't be able to resist. And then after he's taken down the other Shiba and returned to me, you'll jump in and attack him. He'll never see it coming. Are you sure that'll work? I know it will. I've been watching him for a long time. I can read him like a book. Even past Beiju was scary. I'm glad I was on her good side. This doesn't seem really fair for the other two Shibas. We're just tricking them. We don't have to be fair in the arenas, we just have to win no matter what. No one has ever won an arena by being fair. That's pretty harsh. So are you in or not? Alright, let's do this. No. They set off to prepare their trap and bait their target. I follow behind, still close enough to see what's happening, but far away enough that they won't see me. If they even can see me. Not sure if this is supposed to be some kind of high-tech recording or immersive experience or what. In case they can, I'll just be cautious. I watch as they seek to identify their target. I see a Shiba cautiously leaving the safety of the bushes to get a drink of water in the oasis. The two accomplices get into position. Past Quill enters the bushes, quietly watches over Beiju to make sure nothing goes wrong, while Beiju lies on the sand pretending to be injured. Beiju begins to howl in pain. The drinky Shiba pauses and looks up. When he notices her, he slowly walks over. What happened to you? Stay away! I won't hurt you, tell me what happened. I was attacked by another Shiba. I got away, but they must be nearby. Can you help me, please? Of course I'll help you. I always like coming to the aid of Shibas in need. He leans closer and I squint since it seems like he's sniffing her. Especially little helpless ones like you, my dear. Ew! Why is he a creep? Ew, ew, ew. Don't worry about the high rank I'll be getting in the arenas. I'll save weakling. Don't worry, with the high rank I'll be getting in the arenas, I'll save weaklings like you. Ew, that's gross. Beiju holds it together, not showing any signs of being insulted. Ew. Okay, I'm glad we agree. Disgusting. Would you do that for me? I'll be right back, don't worry. I can't believe this Shiba actually fell for it. Beiju really is good at convincing other dogs to help her. The other Shiba leaves Beiju on the hunt for the dog that supposedly attacked her. I decide to follow them to see what happens. I wonder if her plan actually worked. The tricked Shiba stalks the low bush until he finds another dog resting under a palm tree. There you are! The Shiba doesn't give the other dog a chance to fight back. After a quick hit, the other Shiba's pendant is shattered, removing them from the arena. That was easy. Now to return to the dog in distress. One more dog in this arena that owes me one. She'll be so useful down the road as our numbers dwindle. Uh-oh-oh. This guy is in for a nasty surprise. I follow the Shiba and he heads back to the shore of the oasis. As I do, I hear rustling in the bushes beside me. I barely have any time to react before I come face to face with my past self who has been following him. I yelp, trying to make myself small, but past Quill doesn't react. In fact, she doesn't even look at me, even though I'm right in front of her. Can she not see me? Well, that confirms my I'm invisible theory. Oh, good. Past Quill walks past me, stopping just short of the oasis shore, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The other Shiba is already there with Beiju. I did as you asked. I hope you're feeling better. I am now that you've gotten rid of the other Shiba. How can I ever repay you? How about forging an alliance? I'm sure we'll be able to beat the other dogs if we work together. Beiju bats her eyes and laughs. That's so funny, but I'm already in an alliance. Woohoo! Before the Shiba could respond, my past self pounces out of the bushes and strikes him down with a quick swipe of her paw. The Shiba then dissolves into mist, signifying his elimination. Beiju stands up and wipes the sand off her fur with her paw. Awesome job. See, I knew we'd work well together. I'm really good at this tricking business. I came for background noise and I'm staying for unexpectedly intense lore. The backstory is crazy. As long as you don't use it on me, I support you. Maybe you could make a career out of it. Beiju ponders for a moment. Maybe. It would be useful to have influence to achieve my goals that's not solely based on my final arena rank. It'd be even easier to change the systems someday. Awesome idea, Lily. We've just met, but I feel like I could trust you with that. Maybe I shouldn't have. Promise to pretend you've never heard that, and I promise I won't trick you. So, friends? Beiju stretches out her paw to pass Quill, which she takes. Sure, friends. Oh, besties. They're so cute. My vision flashes white again and I'm no longer in the oasis. For a moment, I don't really understand where I am until I feel a paw on my shoulder. Tylo, are you alright? Huh? You look like you spaced out. Everything okay? Yeah, don't worry about me. Sometimes I daydream and forget what I'm doing. It's a good thing I bothered you then. It's almost time for lunch. Oh, right. I glanced at the clock. It's 12:15 p.m. already. Speaking of, want to go to lunch together? Nope. Sorry about that. I was planning to ask you, but then I got more work assigned to me just now. She hangs her head. Aw, maybe I can get something for you. Yinba's ears perk up. Sure, thank you so much, Quill. I nod and rise from... Did she call us by our real name? That's not my name. At least not my undercover name. I nod and rise from my desk, making sure I have my access card with me. Were you just not gonna talk about that? On the way down the elevator, I can't help but mull over the memory I found. If that was the way Beiju was before, then that means I was wrong about her. Why did I forget everything? And how do I bring this up to Beiju? I know I said she could be evil and I'd be fine, but if she's actually evil, I might have a problem. Yeah, I mean, I'd defend her, but I'd be very sad. When I get back to the office from lunch with takeout for Yinba, I walk over to my desk. Oh no, that's when I see Yinba talking to two of our coworkers. As I get closer to them, I realize Yinba is crying. I didn't do anything, I promise. I've been a loyal and dedicated employee here for years. You've obviously been working here long enough to make us believe we could trust you, and now you're taking advantage of us. I swear I'm not. I have no reason to betray the Ari. You sure you're not trying to make some extra money on the side by selling secrets? You won't be the first low-ranked dog to do it. Those other Shibas weren't as loyal as me. What's happening here? The two Shibas turn to me, seemingly confused and wondering why I'm interrupting them. Excuse me, Tylo, is it? This business has nothing to do with you. Tylo, please help me. They think I'm stealing information from the Ari. Stealing information? The second Shiba sighs. We've detected strange activities in the networks Yinba here works on. We're just trying to get to the bottom of it. Is it us or are we the problem? By saying I'm responsible, but I'm not, that's what I'm telling you. That'll be for us to decide. Strange activities? I nearly freeze on the spot when I realize they must mean my hacking. I swear I worked so hard to avoid detection, but it seems I underestimated how good the security engineers at the Ari are. There's a crackle in my ears as Beiju turns on the earpiece. We can't let her get into trouble for what we've been doing. I know Tylo would stand up for her, but we can't just let her take the fall for us. You can use your rank to help her. Consider how rare a ranking as high as yours is. I'm sure that you outrank both of those Shibas. Since when did Beiju care about Yinba? But she's right. If I ever had a reason to use my rank rights, this would be it. Though I wonder, maybe I can do what Yinba does and rely on myself, not my rank. Come with us, Yinba. We need to discuss this further, and it'd probably be best to do it in private. You don't want to make a scene, do you? What should I do? Try to save Yinba without using your rank? Oh, I don't know. What if they're higher than me? I don't know. Pull rank? Okay. I breathe in to mentally prepare myself. I know what I have to do, and I tell myself it's important to use my rank to get Yinba out of trouble. Especially since I know it's all my fault. Yinba has done nothing wrong. You two must have got better things to do, right? The two Shibas look at me confused. How do you know that? I can vouch for her. I show them my pendant that reveals my rank. The two Shibas look at each other. One sighs while the other looks nervous. Behind them I see Yinba looking away almost like she's ashamed. Oh no, I hope I didn't upset her. We do have other things to do and we'll leave now. Sorry for causing trouble. We hope you won't report us. I won't, don't worry. The two Shibas walk away. Yinba wipes away her tears. Baby. Thanks for helping me, Tylo, but you didn't have to do that. Of course I did. I wasn't gonna let you get into so much trouble when you hadn't done anything wrong. I just wish they had listened to me. Everyone has to know I'm a hard worker. I would never do something like selling secrets. I know that. I kind of wish you had told them about my work ethic instead of using your rank rights. Girl, I got you out of trouble. What more could you want? Her eyes go wide. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. It's just I want my own merit to shine, not my rank. I understand, but I was more worried they'd just continue to accuse you and eventually fire you. Then your merit won't matter. I couldn't let that happen. That's why I did it. Yinba looks down and seems to be thinking hard. She doesn't get that it doesn't matter that she works hard. I know, and it kills me because she's like, if I just work harder, they'll like me. And then she smiles. I'm really hoping she's not using her bouncing back skills. Anyways, thanks for helping me. You didn't have to. I hold my paw up to stop her. I did have to. Besides, you're really great. I didn't want you to get into more trouble. Plus, I don't want to feel guilty for getting her possibly fired for what I did. Thanks, Tylo. Here's your takeout, by the way. I hope it didn't get cold. Thanks, Tylo. After work. Now she calls us our undercover name. I'm thinking maybe that was a typo. Because there's no way we just glossed over the fact that she used our other name. Because she doesn't know that we're not Tylo. Maybe it was just a mistake, I don't know. Even though it's only day 4 of starting work, it feels like it's been ages since I've seen Beiju face to face. The entire way I'm worrying about what to say to her. The memory files. The arena with Beiju. Why does she suddenly care about making sure Yinba doesn't get implicated? The mission to hack the Blink network. Hey, Quill. Hey, Beiju. Maybe it's too easy for her to pick up on my sullen mood. You're still down about the mission? Ugh. Beiju eyes me up and down, but not saying anything, as if waiting for me to speak first. She's usually the chattier one, but when she really wants you to say something, she sure is good at it. Well, want to debrief? There's a pause. You're the one with the updates, Lily. Anything new you want to tell me? She stares me down, but in a way that I don't feel is as intimidating as she is capable of. Well, as you we're naked. As you know, I still don't have the permissions to the Blink network. Indeed, Quayle, and you already know how I feel about that matter. Beiju paces a few steps, but never lets me out of her clear gaze. But I'll let you off the hook for not gaining access to the Blink network, since I know that you've gotten your paws with something else exciting. What? I guess if she knows, no other option but to fess up. You mean the memory files? Of course, my dear Lily. How do you know about that? I have my methods. I was going to tell you about it, I promised, and I only looked at them because they were on the networks in the Ari. I know you're worried about the mission, Lily, but I know that it's something important to you, and so it seems worth it to find something precious to you that was lost before. Yeah. I saw us, Beiju. The arena we were in and how we met. Yes, the one you forgot about. Though it was convenient for a while that you had forgotten, my dear Lily. But I'm glad that you're able to remember now. Yeah, I have an apology to make about that. I was wrong about you. I thought you were in this for the money, but I guess you've always actually believed that the Ari system should be changed. And though I still don't know how you stick to your public persona, I think I understand the reason you do what you do a little better. Yes, do you finally understand the greater good? Maybe. You aren't below manipulating dogs for the greater good, as you say. But you still try to avoid making your chess pieces suffer unfairly. By your criteria of fairness, at least. That's why you still wanted to protect Yinba when it seemed like she was being thrown under the bus. Now that I think about it, you manipulated me to eliminate that other dog in the arena to confirm if I'm a dog you could partner up with. Now, Lily, I only aligned things so that dogs that are already in motion would simply bounce off at a different angle. She makes a hitting motion with alternating paws, like a certain arcade game with two flippers and a ball. Excuse me. I wonder if she knew that I'd be curious about the memory files. She did shame me about my progress, which kind of made me more motivated to find the memory files indirectly somehow. I think you're still missing something, though. Find that first, and then you can do your best to end the mission, okay? Beiju smiles, and I genuinely feel a sense of warmth. A sense of warmth like that Shiba Inu in the gray sweater. Could she be? A sense of warmth like the Shiba Inu in front of me genuinely wants me to be here, and that she wouldn't push me away. There's still something different about Beiju and that Shiba, but is it really possible to feel this from other Shiba Inus too? You'll want to look up a file with the name Taipaw 101 in it. I think you'll find what you're seeking there. But hurry up and get back to the mission after it, okay? What? Day 7? Oh no! The next day. The thick plottins. I'm sitting at my desk trying to knock out at least one ticket as part of pretending to be an employee. I guess if I'm here, I should probably do some work. Though the background noise suddenly increases as two dogs walk towards my section of cubicles. This is why they should allow us to wear headphones and listen to our music or something, otherwise I wouldn't be distracted by this. The squint. I turn my eyes back to the screen, rereading the problem stated on the ticket so that I could catch my previous train of thought before being distracted. How can I help you? My ears perk up, though not literally like a Shiba, which I am suddenly conscious of, at Yinba's voice. Are those Shiba Inus here for Yinba? Oh no, they're the bullies. We just started and why are the bullies already here? Jasmine, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. This is the game that caused an entire dev team to have a meeting and fix an error. There was a typo last stream. It has since been fixed because we were confused. But it was just a typo. We were making up our own lore. That's not what happened. Yinba is not the villain. We have a few tickets for you to do. Of course, what are they? Go to the Jindo board and scroll to the sidebar. These tickets are assigned to you, though. Yes, and we'd like you to take them over. Yes, but what? Didn't you just agree? What are you trying to say? Spit it out. That was before I saw that they were already assigned. I'm already assigned to a lot of tickets today. Yinba, we aren't gonna ask twice. You know what? You have no choice, right? Don't you dare think about not doing it, you low-ranking trash. Starting off strong, guys. This is getting rough. Should I do something rough? Rough? Because they're dogs. Should I do something or lay low? I've already stood up for Yinba, so what if this is one time too many? No. Did I just hear that right? Oh my gosh, please be standing up for yourself. I'm so excited. What did you just? No, I won't do it. I have enough to do right now. Deal with it with someone else. You useless little... Your insolence is useless anyways. I'm rank 90 and you will do as I say. Fine, but only because you're using your rank rights. Low rank dogs like you will never learn. Enjoy the extra work. We'll have even more for you. Oh, but she did the thing! We need to throw hands. I would like to. We're a higher rank. We should throw those rankings around a little bit more. Since the conversation seems to be mostly over, I cautiously peek out my head in the direction of Yinba's cubicle. Seeing the dogs march away, I wait for a little longer until they're out of view, then slowly rise from my chair and walk to Yinba. Tylo, I guess you heard that, huh? Yeah, but you handled it really well. I still have to do the work, though. Yeah. Before you offer to help, I don't need any help. I know it was pointless to speak up, but I'm satisfied. Even if I have to do the work because they use their rank rights, it was worth seeing their faces. I'm glad. I thought about how you'd deal with the scenario and thought you'd have spoken up for me, but I want to be able to do that for myself one day. She's so cute. Thought of me, huh? It's like how I think of the red Shiba. Am I like that to Yinba? You've helped me a lot, even if you've only joined recently, Tylo. I really want to return the favor. Is there anything I can do? No, you don't have to return anything. We're friends after all. The earpiece crackles. She can give you access to the Blink network. This is your chance. Oh yeah, that's right. We're hackers. That's not how security works, but I can take a note from Beiju's book, while making sure Yinba seems innocent. Are you sure? I definitely feel like I owe you, even though we are friends. Yinba beams when she says friends. I will die for this dog. Well, since I'm working on this task, I think I'm blocked by access to a few networks. How about you give me clearance to those networks so I can clear these tickets? That's it? Okay, I can do that. We're in. But it's a work thing, which is my job to help you with anyway, so I'll treat you to lunch too. It's the least I can do. Free access to the network and a lunch? We head to Yinba's desk. She uses her access card to log in and opens up her command portal. Let's see here. I'll grant you access to this one, this one. I stay quiet as she selects the different network she's giving me clearance for, hoping I don't have to be too obvious and specifically ask for the Blink network. I hope they don't suspect her even more after all this, especially when they find out that I'm not a legit employee. Okay, I think that'll do. Unless you want more opened up to you? Then I'll buy you lots of meat for lunch. I look at the list and realize she hadn't picked the Blink network like I'd hoped. What about this one? I point my paw to the screen right where the Blink network is listed in the command portal. Hopefully I'm not being too obvious. Oh yeah, sure, I guess I get why you'd want that one too. Huh? I gulp. What did she mean by that? Did she know all along? Yinba laughs. Yeah, I gave you clearance for the networks around that one. It would bother me too if there were a random one that was still grayed out. Okay, she's not onto us. I have to try really hard not to breathe a sigh of relief. Yeah, it'd bother me so much, and I might need it for a task. It'd be inconvenient to ask you again just for the access to that one. Yinba gives me access to the Blink network with a few keystrokes. I'm barely able to keep myself from running right back to my own computer to start digging through it. Keep calm, Quill. Keep calm. You've made it this far, don't give yourself away now. Okay, I really need to get to work now. I have a meeting in half an hour. I'll see you before lunch, Tylo. Yeah, see you at lunch. Digging. Back at Quaylee's desk. Now I want those lunches. Yeah, it sounds good. I want to go to lunch with them. They seem like a fun lunch group. This is it. It's finally happening. Hopefully it won't take too long to find the data Beiju is looking for. Once the mission is successful, I might even be able to slip away at lunchtime. I could say I'm sick or something like that. It means no lunch with Yinba, but I hope she'll forgive me. Can't we do both? I look around, quickly browsing the different files that are in the network. Most of them are random junk that I'm sure is important, but not to me. Others seem like highly confidential information that, if leaked, would cause a lot of trouble for the Ari. It's tempting, but I should focus on finding what I actually need for the job. I really don't want to get caught now. I can always make a backdoor so I can come back later from my own home. While I keep searching, I can't help but do a quick list of files with the memory file extension. Maybe this is risky, but it'll only take 5 seconds. There is one with the file name containing Sid Thai Paw 101, which is the file we were told to go look at. This will have all the answers. What's a Sid? Does that stand for something? I'll return to this real quick. I know I'm so close. I'm in the network, but I still need to find out where the files are located. Not to mention, there are still varying levels of permission in the network. Sometime later. A few scans later, I find files that are related to Moyi. Some of them are articles about Moyi, others are documents and emails between dogs working for the Ari and tech companies. It's hard for me to make heads or tails of a lot of the information, but I don't want to take too long to understand it all. I'm sure that Beiju will find the information she needs to have Moyi released somewhere in all of this. Now all I need to do is copy and download all of the relevant files. Hopefully it goes by quickly. This is my least favorite part. I hate waiting. I discreetly take out a USB and plug it into my computer, then I begin the download. And now, I wait. Which memory did we lose though? We seem to remember our old life. We lost, I believe it's all of the arena memories, so the Hunger Games of dogs, whatever that is. There's still like some mystery to what actually happened in the arena. The earpiece in my ear crackles. Yinba, if you end up as anything but the sweet pup, I'm gonna throw hands. If there is some betrayal plot twist, I'm gonna be so mad. Did you find what you're looking for? Just say for yes and nah for no. Did she mean the memory files she told me about or the mission files? But since I have found both, I only need to respond in one way. That was quick, awesome. Let me help you be a little more discreet. I know you're good at covering your tracks, but based on what those Shibas said to Yinba yesterday, it looks like they're on the alert. Give me a few seconds. I wonder what Beiju has in mind. Suddenly, the network seems to start lagging. I look over to my download and thankfully it's still processing as normal. It's so slow though, I wish it'd go faster. I hear frustrated grumbles from Shibas around me. I look over to Yinba and see her frowning. What's wrong? Someone's flooding our servers with junk. All of our less secure networks are being affected. Is that what Beiju did? It sure is one hell of a distraction. You don't need to worry yourself about it, Tylo. We have an emergency task force for these exact situations or scenarios. Just keep doing what you were doing. Yinba runs off and begins meeting up with other Shibas, probably to talk about what they're going to do to stop the flooding. Ah, I love having millions of fans. They're so lovely and don't mind helping me every once in a while. Beiju got her fans to do this? Indirectly, most likely. I'm sure they don't even know they're causing chaos for the Ari. Still, I've gotta give it to her. It's pretty smart. I wonder how far my download is. Hopefully it's already done. Nope, not even 20% complete. Who knew that a bunch of documents would take so long to download? I sigh and slump back in my chair. I can't believe Beiju and her followers are doing something so risky. I need to remember to thank her later. Despite the denial of service attack going on thanks to Beiju's fans, I'm still able to browse around the Blink network. Without even thinking about it, I jump back to the file location of the strange Arena SID file. How big are these documents? I'm like, how are you only at 20%? They're hacker files. They're very big. Now's my chance to look at this. What if it's as spooky as the last one? Or what if it reveals more of where I came from? Or what if it's the memory of a different dog that has some interesting information I can dive into later? I take a deep breath and look at my downloads progress, which is slower than ever. I don't really have anything better to do, so what's the harm? I type to inspect the memory file, and I'm not taken by surprise when my vision flashes white again, just like last time. Hopefully we don't get, like, electrocuted and prodded in a lab again. Re-downloading the whole network? Basically. That's what's taking so long. Huh. A mall? When I can see again, I find myself in the middle of a giant multi-level mall. It's really quiet and I don't see anyone. Some stores are caged up and closed, others have their doors wide open and there's nothing in them except for some basic furniture. Walking around, I can't hear anything but my footsteps on the tile floor. This jacket. This is so weird. It's like this place is abandoned. At least this memory is not as strange as the last one. Not yet, anyway. I wonder whose memory this is, and why does the Ari think it's so important that they keep it in one of their most secure networks? If only I could find another dog, it'll help me figure out what memory this is supposed to be. Maybe I should find the food court. There are always dogs there, food never goes out of fashion. Question is, where's the map to this place? 90s doggo. I wander around for a bit looking for directions or a map of some sort. Most malls have maps, right? I know I haven't been to one in a while, but they have maps. A movement from the corner of my eye alarms me and I look down. Oh. A Shiba Inu runs past me at breakneck speed. She's so fast I can only see a blur. She stops and hunches down. Did she see me? Then she turns around. Oh my gosh! It's the Shiba Inu in my thoughts! The one with the gray sweater! My vision reels. Hello, where are we? She jumps at the sound of me speaking and runs off. Wait, stop! The Shiba keeps running and doesn't even look at me. I just want to talk. I chase after her. The Shiba tries to evade me by running in and out of stores, up and down escalators, everything. The entire time I'm chasing the Shiba, I don't see any other dog anywhere. I wonder if it's just us two in this mall. Why are we here at all? Thankfully, my longer legs help me catch up to her in no time. Sweater weather doggy. The sweater was really cute. Eventually, I'm able to corner her on the lower level of the mall. It's dark down here. I'm pretty isolated from everywhere else in the mall. By the looks of things, it seems like this place is her hideout. The Shiba, now trapped with nowhere to go, turns around and growls at me. Oh! She pounces on me while I'm down, ruffles around my clothes like she's looking for something. whatever it is, she can't seem to find it, and it is getting angrier by the second. Where is it? Where's what? Your pendant! Did you hide it somewhere? You can't do that. Pendant? What? Wait, is this an arena? I don't remember ever doing one in a mall. As if I'd remember, but still. I pull out my pendant from under my jacket. This? The Shiba tries to break it like she's trying to knock me out of the arena, but it doesn't work. My pendant is still intact. The Shiba gets off of me. Why isn't it working? That's not possible. You're cheating to get to the top rank. Unless the Ari is trying to set us all up and stop any of us from reaching the top. I only got rank 97 in the arenas, not 100. Wait, you already know your rank? Yeah, I already completed. Weird, you shouldn't be here. Unless I've somehow managed to break the arena again. It would explain why this is the first time I've seen a lab here. You broke the arena? The Shiba pauses for a second, then looks away dejected. Never mind, don't worry about it. So if you aren't part of this arena, why are you here? What are you doing here? I don't know. The previous memory files didn't have me interacting with anyone. This is the first time I've been able to talk to someone directly. I wonder why. Does that mean this is for sure my memory? I just know that you're someone I've been looking for. Looking for me, huh? But that doesn't explain why you seem to be confused about a lot of things. Do you at least know who you are? The tongue. Oh yeah, my name's Quill. Nice to meet you. Is it creepy if I say I've met her before in my dream? Probably. Yeah, don't tell people that you've met them in your dream. Is this Doggy Matrix? Why are we real-looking doggos suddenly? Because it's the 90s. I feel like we're like way back in time. Because wasn't Tai Paw was the file name that we had to look for, and then I'm trying to remember from last week. Was Tai Paw the college we went to? Is this when we were young? Before we became like cute cartoony dogs? I run so fast. I saw you in my dream. Yeah, I would run in the opposite direction. The Shiba Inu frowns and eyes me all over with distrust, as if thinking how to respond. I can't really blame her for being distrustful since she's in an arena. She doesn't seem to have a teammate like Beiju. I'm Sid. At least it's nice to finally have a dog to talk to that won't attack me. But maybe it's true you're not part of this arena since you appeared out of thin air. Wait, what do you mean I appeared out of thin air? Is that what happened when I joined the memory? That didn't seem to happen with the other two memories. Why is this one different? It just seems like you did. I was running by and suddenly you were next to me. Sid yawns and shakes her head. It could be that I'm just tired. It's kind of hard to sleep when you don't feel safe. Everything feels like a dream sometimes. Good thing I found this place to stay away from it all, even for just a moment. At least it seems like she's talking. I want to get to know her better and know why she's in my dreams. D-Job, how are ya? Welcome to the stream. I feel like I know that Sid's name, like, it's the one we chose for our cover, isn't it? Our cover name is Tai Lo. We're Quill undercover as Tai Lo, and we looked up a file that had Tai Paw in the file name, and it said Sid Tai Paw. Am I remembering that correctly? Maybe we saw Sid somewhere else. Did we? But I don't want to creep her out by mentioning the dreams thing, so I'll go with the flow for now. No one ever explores the lower floor? Sid shakes her head. No one else thinks someone would make a location with few escape routes a good place to hide, but this spot is pretty well hidden. Had a super busy anniversary weekend, but I missed you guys. I'm so glad you're here. Hopefully anniversary weekend went well. Maybe we're connected somehow. That's what we're trying to figure out, because this is the dog that we keep seeing in our dreams. Which arena is this one? The second to last one for me. I'm almost there. Then you'll be pretty high ranked too. Maybe even the highest rank of all. It's what I've been working towards since the beginning anyway. Whoa, that's really impressive. Although, what's wrong? I just don't know if I'll actually achieve what I want with the high rank. I just feel like the more I've competed in the arenas, the less I cared, even if I had such a strong purpose before. I've done things I wish I could take back, but I can't, you know? Everything in the arenas is supposed to be artificial, but it doesn't feel like that. You ranked high. How do you feel about feel during the arenas? I don't remember. Not until recently, anyway. I wish I had a better answer to give her. I need to dig around and find more memory files to remember more of my arenas, and then I'd have to come back to this memory. Which I can't even do since the files delete themselves. Maybe I'll be lucky like you and forget about my time in the arenas. I know I'd want to. No, Sid, you don't want that. They shock you. It's awful. It's terrible. Don't say that. What about your life after the arena? Is it better than this? Are you a whole new dog? I shrug my shoulders. To be honest, I don't really feel different. I don't remember what I was like before, so how could I ever really know? I don't really think about my rank all the time. Then again, being high-ranked does give me the luxury of not thinking about it. Are you telling me you don't abuse your rank? I find that hard to believe. I don't blame you, we're definitely in the minority. Although, I didn't need to use it when the Shibas were making accusations against Yinba. Maybe I don't need rank it at all. You don't seem to enjoy using your rank, that I can tell. I wonder if I have it in me to be that kind of dog, one that's better than everyone else. You don't have to be. Don't I? Won't that be expected of me when I possibly get the top prize? The highest rank a dog can achieve and a feather with all kinds of power? It'll probably be expected, but you don't have to be that dog if you don't want to be. You can just be a good dog to others. You make it sound so easy. It really is easy to just not use your rank and be kind to lower ranked dogs. Like, you don't have to be a bully. Not a lot of dogs think so, but the ranking system would fall to pieces if high-ranking dogs just totally stopped using their rank. I think you're being too optimistic. But seeing you and talking to you reminds me a bit of my original purpose. I had been thinking maybe leaving Shiba Island would help me get rid of all of this. Would it? Yeah, there's gotta be more than just this place. I mean, where did you labs come from? I wish I knew. Who knows? No one does, I guess. Maybe the Ari does somewhere. What if there is nowhere else to go? I'll use the feather. It's powerful, so it must be the key to leaving the island. That's why I need it. That's why I need to come out on top. Doesn't that seem like running away from the problem? Leaving the island, I mean? One dog can't change anything. I won't make a difference if I stay. You never know. It might be worth a shot to try and make change happen. Sid tilts her head, frowning. I'm repeating myself here, but you're really optimistic. Not that I know many dogs, but the ones that I know that are higher rank were never this optimistic. It's refreshing, but also a little surprising that you're this rank, no offense. I had help. I made a really good friend during the arenas, and we worked together until the end. We're still friends now. I really do owe a lot to Beiju. We're definitely a great team. Still friends, huh? I guess that apart from one dog, I tore apart every single relationship I had in pursuit of what? The feather to set me free, but for what? The dog looks me up and down. You know what, Quayle? I'm glad I met you. I think you're someone I'd like to be. Hopeful and earnest. Makes me feel that there's still a bit of hope for me before I wither and forget everything but chasing an empty shell of a dream. Sid smiles, and suddenly, it's a smile in the dream. A feeling of a dog grateful for my existence. But suddenly Sid suddenly lets out a big yawn and walks over to a corner. Sorry, I'm just really tired. Thank you for talking to me, though. I really needed it. Maybe I didn't realize how lonely I was feeling. Even if this is a dream and you aren't really real, it was a good dream. You're welcome. But wait, can I ask you? Oh no! Dang. I'm back in the office. Shibas are still running around frantically, meaning that Beiju's meddling is still working. I must not have been gone for very long. What was that memory? I know now that Sid is the dog in my dreams, but why is that in a file in the Ari? It's the first one where I was able to interact with another dog. And how did I end up in the arena I didn't participate in? Beiju was the one that told me about it, so I'll ask her. Once I get out of here, safe and sound, that is. I look over to the download and see that it's now complete, with all of the data I need now stored on the USB. I unplug it and put it in my pocket as quickly and discreetly as possible. At least my job here is done. I get up and start to walk over to the elevator. I try to keep myself looking as chill and normal as possible so no dog thinks I'm up to something. I've walked this way tons of times before, so I just need to act the same way. I got this. It's so easy. We're so chill and nonchalant. Tylo. I hear Jula call out to me suddenly. Her voice almost makes me jump out of my skin. Where did she come from? I didn't even see her. Alright, just stay calm. Just stay calm. Just stay calm. You've got this, Quaylee. Hi, Jula. What can I help you with? Follow me. Yeah, sure. What does she want me for? Jula has ignored me since I got the job, and now she wants to chat or something? I swear she has the worst timing ever. Once we get off the elevator, Jula heads straight to her office, me tailing behind. She closes the door behind me with a click. It's probably locked. Take a seat, Tylo. She points to the plush seat on the side of the desk while she sits down on the other side. This isn't about Yinba. You don't need to worry about that. This doesn't make me feel better at all. If we're not talking about me asking Yinba for elevated permissions to the Blink server, then why did Jula call me into her office? I hope that I haven't been caught. Please, not now when I'm so close to being out of here. Speaking of Yinba, I'm surprised that you stood up for her when her higher-ups questioned her integrity. Few dogs would help someone as low-ranked as her. Yinba is a dedicated worker and was very friendly and helpful to me when I started. I owe a lot thanks to her, and I didn't think it was fair for her to be accused with next to no evidence. Quite the testimony. So she has helped you settle into your new role? I don't know why, but the way she asked me that question makes me feel nervous. I should be careful with what I say. I have a weird feeling she might be trying to implicate Yinba through me. Hopefully I'm just overthinking, but just in case. She did help me settle down in my new role, yes, but luckily I knew how to do pretty much all of the work required of me. Yinba mostly helped me feel comfortable with the team. That's lovely. Ooh. Her smile makes me nervous. I can't imagine working for someone like her for years. She's too scary for me. But back on topic. I hope you weren't going somewhere important. You seem to be headed somewhere. Oh, I was just going to get coffee. I was feeling a little tired, plus I felt pretty helpless and in the way of dealing with chaos. Yes, I was going to get coffee at my apartment, and I was going to come back. That's exactly what I was going to do. It's unfortunate that I had to interrupt your coffee break. I will keep this short. I'd like to thank you on behalf of the Ari. What is this? The music stopped. Wolfstame, how are ya? Thank you for the 3 months of being a sexy snack. I love it. What do you mean the work portal crashed out at 4 p.m. and I physically can't do any more work? I was thinking about staying till 5 today too. Oh no, you can't do any work because it crashed? Oh no, whatever shall we do? Of all of the things I expected her to say, thank you was definitely not one of them. I'm sorry, but what are you thanking me for? Thanks to you, we were able to uncover security loopholes that we had overlooked. Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. I was just doing the tasks I was given. Jula holds up her paw and I immediately shut my mouth. She knows, I know she knows, the jig is up. Jula's smile unnerves me as she shakes her head. Let's drop the pretenses, Tylo. Or should I say, Quaylee? How? I mean, those files were deleting themselves afterwards, like someone had to have known. My earpiece crackles and buzzes. Beiju is obviously trying to send me a warning or something, but there's too much static and I can't understand her. Maybe my earpiece has been hacked, or maybe Jula's office is able to block out radio signals. Ugh, I really messed up. Either way, I'm alone in this. I don't know. You've been found out, Quayle. If you keep pretending that you're tied low, then our conversation is just going to go around in circles. I don't have time for that. I slump back into my chair. How long have you known? Jula rests upon her desk before her lightly, as if relaxing while having a casual conversation with a friend. Since the moment you placed your application. Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Due to your actions, now more dogs in the RE know about you. You've been quite a careless dog. But then how did you know this whole time? Beiju and I were so careful when we created Tylo's persona. I mean, I know I may have slipped up a few times, but Beiju is a pro at this. And if you knew this whole time that I was an imposter, why did you bring me on? Jula tilts her paw and peers at it as if inspecting for a speck of dust on her claws. Dogs are quite marvelous creatures, wouldn't you say? She's changing the topic. Seeing as I'm already caught, I would at least like to know why you did this. You lured me into a trap and I was useless the entire time. If you wish for me to be honest with you, why don't you start with being honest first? Such as sharing that you were hired to retrieve Mo-Yi's files. How did they know about that too? I guess you never realized how intricate the Ari's web is until you get trapped in it. Anyway, I can't implicate Beiju. I've already screwed up and got myself in this mess. But if I can avoid dragging Mo-Yi or Beiju down with me, that'd be nice. No, I wasn't hired by someone. Is that so? Yes, I wasn't hired by a client. No one else helped you? No one else, I acted on my own. Jula tilts her head slowly, her smirk still plastered on her face. She probably already knows every little detail about this job, from Beiju contacting me and helping me out this entire time. But I won't say it that out loud. If I keep my mouth shut, at least I won't feel so guilty. I see you. So you expect me to believe that you pretended to be an employee and steal our memory files for what? For fun? She knows, why are we lying? I would just be like, okay, so this is what happened from the get-go. I was hired, I'm here, this is what went down. The memory files, so that's what they're called. How can I steal memories that are mine in the first place? Maybe not all of them were mine, but at least one of them definitely was. They were our memory files. They are property of the Ari, as well as important to myself. They were created by an artificial life form accidentally formed by an arena participant who managed to bungle the system several times while they competed. That memory of the creation of the AI and subsequent conversation with its creator was critical, despite the file being investigated so many times that it became degraded. And now the file's gone forever. Is she talking about Sid, the Shiba I met in my last memory? I don't understand anything you're talking about. An artificial life form accidentally created by a random Shiba? How does that work? That's classified. Meaning you still don't know how it happened. Uh-oh, she's not happy with me. How can you tell? Is it the baring of the teeth? Why do we keep digging ourselves into a deeper hole? Like, stop lying. Oh. I mean, we don't want to drag our friends down with us, which is fair. But, like, she clearly knows everything. You have something of ours. You took advantage of the chaos and committed theft. Hand over the USB and we'll let you go. A deal? I don't want to hand over the USB, though. The entire mission will fail. Maybe if I play innocent, I can get myself out of this. What USB, Quayle? Please, I'm begging you. Just hand it over. It's over. Lie more, dig to the other side. There you go. If we dig far enough, we'll get out on the other end. Shirla holds my gaze, obviously not amused by my answer. Oh, who am I kidding? She'd never fall for that. Here's what you'll do, Quayle. Her smirk makes me freeze. It's as if she was waiting for this moment, and that making me squirm earlier was just for fun. She reaches under her desk, and then, in her paws are the same device I saw in the memory file from the research lab. I feel myself recoil. It's heartwarming that you already understand how this device works. She says, but her entire being is as cold as snow, just like her name. This is your chance to be honest, just as I have been. If you'd like to keep the USB, you may pay for it with your memories. Choose to forget one of Beiju, Yinba, or Sid. No. No. Just give the USB away. I don't care. Play dumb. What USB? Too dumb. You went too far. Beiju, Yinba, and Sid? I don't want to believe it, but could she really have known everything from the beginning? So what will you choose? What should I do? Leave my memories of someone, but I can't pick anything else. I have to erase my memory of somebody. Which memories will I trade in order to keep the classified data to fulfill the mission? Forget all memories. No! Oh no! I mean, we did just meet Sid, but Sid's also the one that's in the dreams. Is Jula, like, omnipotent? I feel like she's just really smart, and we hacked into the system. They found out really easy, and now she's got the memory shocky stick, and she's gonna remove our memories. I'm not erasing Yinba. That's a no. I'm not doing that. Beiju we've known for so long. And Sid, if we erase Sid, that just puts us right back to where we were at the beginning of the game. Of like, we just know of like the mysterious red Shiba. I think it's fine if we forget Sid, right? What if we just punched her in the throat? So, in the end, you choose to forget her. It's quite alright. I will remember her in your stead. Ah, the memories. Do you know that I was in the same arena that you saw with Sid? Well, now you know, and now you will forget. Oh, great choice. It must not have been easy for you. As fast as lightning, she's moved from her chair to my side and presses the device into my chest. It's a mixture of pain from the shocks, but also the pain that I will be forgetting Sid. We don't even have a faded memory of Sid, right? I don't know. Do we think this has happened before? Or did that completely erase, like, even the fuzzy Sid? Who is that again? We don't remember. Oh no. Conclusion. A few days later. Beiju and I are at my favorite pasta place. Here's to the mission being a success. It's all thanks to your help, Beiju. Your fake persona design was a success. It even let me, a Labrador, be able to go undercover. Is the shock stick a memory taker? Yeah. So the previous chapter where like it was the dream of us getting our memory wiped with the shocky stick, I think that's the shocky stick she used on us just now. It wasn't easy, you know. I prepared for years. Years? Did you really feel that dogs wouldn't bat an eyelash at a lab in the Ari of all places? They'd have to have thought the whole time that there really was a Labrador Retriever in customer support. So that means the rumors were caused by you? And for years? I won't confirm or deny that. She's good at her job. That's basically a yes. Beiju just smiles but doesn't say a word. So, could it be that the reconnaissance mission all those years ago was you too? Beiju looks up innocently. What reconnaissance mission? Naughty Lily, were you about to violate a previous client's non-disclosure agreement? What are you talking about? I glare at Beiju. She seems to be smirking more than usual. I did sign an NDA, and it's true that I shouldn't have even mentioned that the mission exists, but it must be Beiju. Is it violating an NDA if you bring it up to the client herself? And now that you're good at this, we should do more undercover jobs. No way! It was a fluke, and you said that after this job I could go back to being at my computer. No more undercover jobs. If you're not willing, you can start to learn to do jobs through influence, like me. You don't have to be the one that's on the front lines. The way you managed the perceptions of your coworkers was good practice. Speaking of which, are you still in touch with your coworker Yinba? I heard through the grapevine that she got fired from the Ari. Yeah, I messaged her the other day. She's devastated. Why'd she get fired? Working at the Aria was a big part of her identity. She's still very proud that she managed to be trusted there to have high-level clearance despite being low-ranked and bullied. Oh? I might have an idea how to help her. By the way, Beiju, do you know how Mo Yi is doing? The official news is that he's been released due to lack of evidence to prove that he leaked and sold the info, though the files you got helped a lot. Beiju's mouth then tenses. Unfortunately, even if he's been released, Mo Yi has been placed under 24/7 surveillance. That's still awful. It seems that the Ari is relentless in finding something else to try to put Mo Yi away for good, even if it's just to maintain the power of the Ari. You know what they say, the Ari stands for the Allocated Reality Institute. The Ari is responsible for allocating reality. They control it. Still haven't shaken off the Tai Lo persona, have you? I'm not as good as you in shrugging off personas and acting. Maybe something stuck. That's concerning, Lily. I'd never have thought a persona that you were resisting so much would actually influence you. But it could be useful. We still have more chances to help Mo Yi. We could have you infiltrate the Ari again and you'd fit in smoothly. No way would that happen. The lab and customer support lie isn't going to help again this time, since there's not going to be another explanation that another lab just shows up. You won't have to be a lab. She eyes me up and down as I look at her incredulously. With a generous amount of dye, you could pass as an incredibly large Shiba Inu. That would never work! Beiju carries on, nodding in deep contemplation and completely ignoring me. And we'd need to do something about those ears. There are some skilled plastic surgeons that could help your ears stand up right, I'm sure. No way! A Lord Shiba. With those ears? We'll get plastic surgery. Yinba is skipping up and down with a huge grin on her face as we walk along the street. Oh, I'm so glad we still hang out. I would never erase the memory of her. Too cute. This is a dream come true! You're besties with Beiju? And we're going to meet her right now? Thank you, Quill! Thank you, thank you, thank you! I nod and grin, infected by her enthusiasm. It's not much, really, just introducing two awesome dogs that I know. By the way, when I mentioned that I was bringing you over today, she was asking how you were. I know you can tell her yourself, but I was wondering if it's okay to tell her that you're no longer working with the Ari. I'm doing this to hide the fact that Beiju knew about Yinba being fired already, but don't want to make Beiju too sketchy. It's a little dishonest, but it can't be helped that Beiju is well connected and already learned about it. Yeah, that's okay, I don't mind. She looks down and I feel guilty for reminding her of the Ari dismissing her from her job. Yinba's been pretty down the last few weeks, but I hope meeting Beiju will help cheer her up a little. We arrive at Beiju's apartment. I dial Beiju on the buzzer system, and with a buzz, the lobby door is unlocked. Very glad we're friends. And we're gonna be a little trio now? This is cute. Yinba follows me into the lobby, looking around curiously but tentatively. I don't know why it sounded wrong when I said it. We head up the elevator to Beiju's floor. I glance over at Yinba, who's staring at the floors going by on the elevator's digital display. She's been quiet since we stepped inside. I wonder if she's nervous. You feeling okay, Yinba? Yeah, I'm okay, just thinking of what to say to her. Yinba's face lights up again. I can't believe that I got to meet Beiju. We make our way to the door and I knock. Heya! The door is flung open, Beiju's standing there grinning. Come in, come in! I head inside and look back to Yinba, who seems hesitant but follows me inside. Sit, sit. The three of us sit around on cushions in Beiju's room. Wow. Yinba's eyes are wide and I can almost see sparkles coming out of them. Thanks for having us, Beiju. Beiju, this is Yinba. I mentioned that we work together at the Ari. Yinba, this is Beiju. I know you know enough about her. Beiju reaches out a paw to Yinba, who looks like she's about to faint happily. A pleasure. Nice to meet you. They shake paws and it feels like Yinba is holding it together with a huge grin on her face. Quill tells me you're a baby. Yes, I really like the review videos you put out and I watched them as soon as you released them with a fan server on Dogscored. Not that I don't have a life, of course, like after work and stuff. Yinba explains as if worried she'll seem creepy or too obsessed. Small world, huh? When Quill told me there's a coworker with my limited edition merch, I was really flattered. Are there many other coworkers that are babies? I'm not sure. I haven't met others who recognize the merch, and I don't bring it up. Not that I'm afraid to, just that it's the Ari, the dogs working there are pretty serious. That's too bad that Quill is no longer at the Ari then, but I'm glad that after work you can talk to other dogs on the Dogscored server. Yeah, speaking of which, I'm actually not working at the Ari anymore. I see that's how Beiju naturally gets Yinba to reveal the information herself so that it's not suspicious that Beiju knows the news, since this is important for Beiju and I's plan. They let me go, blaming me for suspicious network activity. Dang. It really is our fault. At least all these dogs are past the excited pee stage. Yeah. At least they don't just pee in each other's apartments. Yinba dips her head. I didn't have anything to do with it, but it might have been those dogs that were questioning me a few days ago that threw me under the bus. Though working there was really awesome, who knew that working at the Ari would give me a chance to meet you, Beiju? I'm sorry to hear that happen at work, Yinba. Beiju smiles and I can tell it's genuine, not just for show or to persuade someone. Pardon me in advance for saying something insensitive, this could be great timing. I'm looking for a full-time community manager. Paid, of course, since the workload has gotten too much for my part-time assistant to juggle along with her other responsibilities. This is the best thing that could have ever happened. I'm gonna cry, I'm so happy for her. Would you be interested in becoming my community manager? What? Yinba leaps up from the cushion, her tail wagging furiously. She quickly sits down again, embarrassed by her show of excitement. Yes, I'd love to. Nice. Beiju winks at me while Yinba squeals in excitement. Yinba gets her dream job! Oh, I'm so glad she doesn't work at the Ari anymore with all the bullies. She's got the job of her dreams. We're all friends. Let's meet up this next week so my assistant can send you some more information and discuss the contract if the contract is agreeable to you. Yes, definitely. Beiju really had been looking for someone to help out with her community. Her assistant is currently helping her doing it temporarily, but it had always been a plan to find a dedicated dog to help Beiju engage more with the various fan groups. Yinba seemed like she'd do a great job, seeing how familiar she is with the Bebe community already, so we wanted to ask the question when Yinba is here. But now, let's relax. Would you like to see what I'm planning for the next live stream? Are you going to continue with the Doberwatch games? Doberwatch. Doberwatch? You're streaming games now? You never showed any interest back when I was playing Doberwatch. Isn't it quite an old game now? You seem really surprised, Lily. I joined a collaboration event with another streamer called Inu. That's kind of a straightforward name, isn't it? Just dog? Inu does mean dog, but it's short for Inu niece, which is an apostrophe between Inu and niece. That doesn't make the name clearer to me at all. The world of streamers, I guess I'll never understand. I do have the hardware for streaming games already, so it's kind of fun to expand a little. I'm hoping to try out the sequel that was released more recently, and I'm hoping to have Yinba's help to expand some more to other topics too. That's awesome, maybe I'll tune in. I haven't had a chance to check out the sequel yet. Beiju pouts, but I can tell she's teasing me. I've never been able to get you to care about my videos that much, but now I play a game or two and you're suddenly a baby? That's not it. I did watch some videos, I swear. They were just... We all laugh. It's so nice to feel this warm feeling, being with Shiba Inus that care so much about me. That they want and enjoy my presence rather than being afraid of me. It feels like something I used to know. Oh no. But I can't remember quite what it is. Distant memory. I mean, is it really that bad if we're kind of back to the beginning, but with more friends and a happy ending? That we just won't know about Sid. And that's okay, right? Right? Right.